people are like, "Why'd you become a pimp?" You're like, "I just wanted to support my family."
Well, if they just say that, but that's never the... Is there an echo?
Is there an echo? No. Oh man.
We did smoke that.
Yeah. Yeah. Pimps.
If a pimp was like, yeah, I'm doing this for my family.
Gators bitches better be wearing jimmies. Sorry. It's from the other guys.
I know. I know.
What'd you say?
I said I know.
No, before that. Before I randomly.
Oh yeah. If they're like, yeah, I'm doing it for my family. Then it's not that bad.
Oh, you think that's justifiable?
That's more justifiable. Because most pimps.
I'm pimping out these underage hoes, but it's alright because I'm supporting children and a dog with 3 legs.
Well, no, the girls are mainly.
They're what?
I don't know.
Well, how do you know? Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I just said I don't know.
Have you ever gotten have you ever just been driving down the road and because you look like someone that they would be like knock on his window.
I've definitely driven down. I've driven down Lawrence, right by the.
That's a thing, in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you know the location?
Well, there's a couple spots.
You know multiple locations?
Well, there's the one big location on the south side, and then there's and then on Lawrence by Admiral Theater you could.
Give me your top 3.
I don't know. I've never been there. I'm going home, and I happen to see it.
Oh, it's like you accidentally drive through.
Right.
You ever gotten propositioned?
No.
Would you ever?
No, because I'm going 70 down down the pocket streets.
That's funny because I'm imagining.
I'm going so fucking fast.
Oh, dude, that must do a number on your suspension. Those can't be great streets.
Oh,
right?
no. I mean, you're swerving potholes and shit.
It looks like a fucking Land Rover commercial, probably. Yeah.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Are you going to edit the whole first part that right there?
Yeah, I'm probably going to put that out.
Oh, okay.
Just as its own clip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Is that what you'd like?
You do introduce, don't you? Or do you just kind of...
No, I don't think I've ever introduced... I was thinking about this today, actually, at work. About how I was like, should I start, like, getting my act together with this podcast? Should I start, like, making title slides? Title slide, like it's a PowerPoint, like a thumbnail that has, like, the text on it. Should I start being like, welcome to episode 30 of Post Set Clarity with my guest? He's an up-and-comer in the scene.
Yeah, no, I'd actually...
Harold Patrick.
I don't like when you introduce...
When did you start comedy?
What?
No. I was trying to...
I'm actually, now that you mention it, because I do watch the podcast. I'll listen to it.
This guy.
I'll throw it on, and I'll make my breakfast in the morning.
That's pretty badass.
And then usually about 2...
This is a great breakfast pod.
It is a great breakfast
Spread
pod.
the word. You don't really have to pay attention. It's white noise.
It is kind of like white noise, but usually about 2 or 3 minutes in, you say something really fucking stupid, and I end up just shutting it off.
Damn. See, that I do, because I can see the stats, and it says right around the 1 minute 30 mark on like a 3-hour video that most people check out, and I'm like, damn, I had him.
You had him. You had him for
and then
a minute and a half.
I go to the 1:30 mark, and guess what?
And then you're like, hey, did you know I'm uncircumcised?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's pretty good conversation. That's how I know you've actually listened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also know you, Harry. I know you in your deepest...
Yeah, I want to address, just since this is being recorded, that we roasted each other, and one of your roasts, I mean, literally all of your roasts were just dissecting me as a human being.
That's what I wanted.
Like, every other person that's roasted me, it's just been like... I mean, Hunter did a good job, but most people, it's just like, he looks like a frat kid or like a douchey athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And you had, I look like I pack my lunch to go to a girl's house.
Yeah.
And the fucking one where you talked about my stupid YouTube video.
I literally just...
They were just facts about my life. Yeah.
And it fucking killed.
And people were like, holy shit, he's a loser.
Yeah. It was so funny. My favorite roast was... you look like an Amish kid that got kicked out of the religion because they caught you doing TikTok dances. Yeah. It was a mouthful. I had to practice that one.
Dude, the long roasts, if you fuck it up like halfway, it's done.
Oh, did you
just there's no recovery.
I was Hannah Belmont on Sunday.
How'd it go?
So bad for me. Hannah crushed. I did terrible. And for kind of that reason right there, I was stumbling on a lot of... my shit.
So you think you had good stuff and then you just stumbled through it?
Yes, I do. I feel like my roasts weren't terrible. I couldn't deliver it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
And then you got to face the jury.
I got to face the jury, and there was a guy, and Hannah just banger after banger, right? And this guy who was like sitting off to my right, just after every single time he goes, "Damn, she's getting you."
Damn.
Yeah, after every roast.
That's fucked.
Yeah, like by the 5th roast, I was like, "I know, dude. Give me a sec."
It's like 8th Mile, but Eminem really cares what people think.
Yeah. No, Hannah fucking whipped my ass, but
Shout out Hannah for whipping his ass.
yeah, she did good.
In my roast against Hannah, for my last joke, I completely blanked on the punchline for
really?
3 full seconds, and then I got it. But I got it at the very last possible moment I could still get it and get away with.
Were they like
looking
laughing?
like a pause?
Were they
They were
laughing
like
at
the
setup?
titter laughing at me for getting it was about to start, and then I hit the punchline.
Oh,
it was like
perfect.
just in the nick of time, but
That's
it did make it worse. But it was still like salvageable.
gotcha.
But if I had forgotten that, it's over.
What was it? Because I was watching it like over and over again.
The last one was like,
do you remember?
Hannah is a bisexual. It's a long fuck. It's like Hannah
Yeah.
is a bisexual Jew with social anxiety that has never been with a woman, did not have a bat mitzvah, and went to all 3 days at Lollapalooza. The only thing faker than her eyelash and nails is every friendship with every male comic over the age of 40.
Yes, and her face, her face dropped when he said that.
I know. It did.
Which was hilarious.
Dude, they posted the clip of me and Hannah on Instagram, and I was edited to look so fucking retarded.
That's every clip of Rose Battle.
Bro, like,
with you.
it was literally just like Hannah saying something, and it was a good joke, and then it cuts to me like blankly staring into the camera, and then like slowly looking off to the side for like 2 full seconds.
I will say though, you were a very good Ooga Booga.
Thank you, dude.
I think you crushed that.
You're the only person that's ever said this after the event. I feel like everybody else was like, "We're not gonna. we're gonna pretend that Harry didn't do that." Yeah.
Also, it was Max's thing. You know, it was his idea.
Yeah.
Right. So
it was super fun.
I think you did really.
It was
great,
so fun, dude.
To be honest.
I just got to say ooga booga.
Yeah. No, you nailed it.
Ooga booga. Mostly blackface.
Yeah, that fucking the pop was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Did y'all write that before?
Yeah, we did. He was like, "What are you doing on this date?" And I said, "I'm available." And then he was like, "I have a great plan." And then when he said he was gonna get me a caveman outfit, I thought we were gonna go like realism, and then he got me like the Flintstone one, and I was like, "This is fine."
It is a caveman outfit.
But I thought I was gonna look like one of the cavemen from Night at the Museum.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought I was gonna be like
a regular
the Geico. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just was me in a Flintstone.
They got the point.
I'm good at playing.
Also, your
mentally.
name was Ooga Booga, which was so racist that I feel like the audience was.
How is Ooga Booga racist?
Come on.
To who?
Come on.
I don't know who that. To cavemen?
Come on.
Ooga Booga.
Come on, dude. I'm gonna get canceled.
What race is that? Racist toward? If I don't know the race, it's not racist.
Just let's move on.
Wow.
Let's move on from this one. Islanders.
Most guests, I wouldn't address this.
Oh,
but
Please don't then.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
No, I will.
All right, go ahead.
For journalistic integrity.
Okay.
No, I'm making this weird. It's kind of my goal to make
it weird. What are you
about
to say?
I was gonna try to do a bit, and then I like folded on it 5 times in a row. And I'm just backpedaling so hard that I don't even know where I am right now.
Okay, cool. How's your New Year?
It was super solid.
Nice.
What about you, man?
It was good. Doesn't feel any different, to be honest with you.
No. But in the moment, I really thought change was happening. I had a really surreal moment of camaraderie with everybody in the city of Chicago. And I was just like, holy fuck. We're all just doing it.
Where were you at?
I was downtown. I was like, we were on the bridges in downtown Chicago. And
Merchandise
like
Mart?
the bridge was launching. What?
By the Merchandise Mart, watching that shit?
We were right around the corner from Trump's building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which would have been the best view, but we didn't get it. Yeah, which is a shame.
It's a good night.
Huh?
It's a good night.
It was a good night, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was really drunk.
Where'd you end up around 2 a.m.?
Inside my girlfriend?
Nice. That's what I like to hear.
She listens to the pod, so.
Does she?
Yeah.
No, man. Does she she's supportive?
She's incredibly supportive. It's pretty insane.
That's good.
Yeah.
You like this girl?
Yeah.
You love her?
Harold.
Do you want to you want to marry her?
You're a real son of a bitch.
Just asking, brother.
See, this is what I'm talking with journalistic integrity. It's like I should cut that out probably for my PR because questions could be asked. But
how long y'all been dating?
Like 2 weeks.
There you go. It's clarified. It's only been 2 weeks. Can't really say nothing.
My friend,
Your Honor.
My friend Max Wills is listening to this, and he knows that I have a habit of, like, if I make eye contact with a girl long enough, I'll just be like, I love you. She'll be like, do you mean it? And I'm like, God damn it, I do.
Damn it, I do.
I've never meant anything more in my life.
Oh.
And then in the third
They
trimester,
say,
you're
keep
like,
going. I have a hammer.
that was crazy. I couldn't believe that worked.
Died.
Yeah, dude. Do you know what's weird is that my mom watched that roast battle.
Well,
Just like me. I'm not even going to talk about the fucking... We don't even have a Foot Freak audience anymore, but they would eat that shit up. Just me on stage. Yeah. Foot guys.
I have
Give me a
socks.
thumbnail. Give me a thumbnail.
I have PlayStation socks, dude.
Come on, dude.
Come on.
Here, put it like right here, and I'll pretend like I'm about to eat it.
My feet probably really stink.
I held my breath.
Okay, cool.
Brilliant thumbnail.
I was wearing boots, so.
Those fucks won't even realize it till this point in the pod.
I know.
I mean, so it probably... But word gets out. AJ Leidig has a feet finder.
Does he really?
Yeah, and they're all redirecting the traffic to
Is
my
he selling
podcast.
pictures of his feet?
People in the comedy community have been gossiping quite a bit about AJ Leidig. I think he is.
You think he is, but he hasn't disclosed.
I saw him the other day, and he said that he's making almost 6 figures a year just on foot pics. Yeah. And videos. I don't want to undersell. Also, a comic who I will not name the name of, but he told me that he got paid to force himself to sneeze like 10 times in a minute for some weird perv, and he did it.
Can I name who it is?
Did he tell you not to say?
No, you told me who it is, you dummy.
We're going to cut this. Damn, I told you that?
Yeah, you did.
That wasn't on the last pod, was it?
Yes, sir, it was. And
did I also act like I wasn't supposed to tell you?
No, you were way more open than you are now.
Oh, dude.
Did he talk to you?
Yeah, now that I'm accidentally telling this story for the second time, he was like, do not tell anybody.
That is funny. Well,
should I leave it in now? I mean, if it's on the first pod,
I don't think
who listens to
you
this?
might have edited it out though.
Who actually listens to this?
Exactly. Come on. Really, who gives a fuck? Dude?
Yeah,
it's so funny.
We could talk about. We could literally just. I was thinking about comics in the scene, who I would want to have on the podcast, and there's an individual in the scene who I would not entertain having on the podcast, but I would do the podcast with her fupa. That's how much I revere her fupa.
That is mean. That is so mean. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, I might just clip that one and send it around.
You're gonna have to really watch this podcast and really.
I know, dude. I do this every time.
Well, it's all right. Talking shit is fun.
Yeah, talking shit is super fun. Yeah,
it's fun.
You know, gossip was big for human evolution. Yeah, talking shit about people is a good way to bond.
It is, and smoking weed.
Yeah,
smoking weed and talking shit.
It's a good combo. Should we call out names?
I think we did already.
I mean, like unearth some other things about people in our scene.
Oh, I don't tell people's business.
Yeah, me neither. I would never do that. But here's the thing: is I have this podcast, and I don't really care about how I make people feel or like if I hurt people's feelings. If this podcast is number 1, that's all that matters.
You know what I do?
What?
You know what I do?
What?
Is whenever somebody tells me something about somebody in the scene, I always pretend like I know already.
Oh, really? That's smart.
Even when I do or I don't.
Yeah.
Because sometimes half times I do, half times I don't.
Yeah.
And then when they tell me, I'm like, yeah, I knew that already. It kind of shuts off the conversation. And then I get a bunch of dirt on people.
You want to shut off? Wait, you're shutting up? What do you mean you're shutting off the conversation?
Oh, they're just kind of like, oh, that's crazy. And then just kind of.
But then you're still like extracting more, right? To find out what's actually going on.
Well, then they're like, then it's like, it's the psyche, man. Then they're like, oh, okay, he knows. And then they just feel
open.
And
then they just talk. Okay.
They just feel open to say whatever.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to reveal anything.
I mean, are they like walking into the room and be like, do you know the secret about this guy?
No, it's definitely, it's over like a beer at the bar.
That's also
just
true.
Talking shit after the mic.
I always forget that humans can just like interact normally.
Yeah.
Not like Sims characters.
Yeah. It's not like we're just at open mics every day.
Yeah.
Or we are, but 24/7, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, we sort of. Dude, when you like I like leave my house at 6 and get back past midnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a huge chunk of time.
Yeah.
And you do it. Matt drives to, this is such boring podcasting. Matt drives to Batavia, which is a 45-minute drive, sometimes 50, to do 3 minutes. Well, now he's doing like 5, 6, but that's insane.
But it's a format of 3 minutes, you know, because it's.
Yeah, no, it's like
and it's real.
Not
comics.
all minutes are created equal. So, I mean, you can justify that, which is weird. It's cool though, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
whatever.
was boring.
Yeah,
shit.
let's not talk about dude. Let's get really abstract.
Get abstract with it.
Okay, so where do you think you're at fashion-wise?
Sweater and jeans.
What do you walk into a room? No, not literally.
What are you, sweaters and khakis, you bitch?
Dude, you know my name, not my story.
No.
But yeah.
But what do I do? What?
Well, I'm not saying what you do. I'm just saying, like, do you think that you're somebody that deserves respect fashion-wise? Do you think you're like an under-the-radar kind of individual where you're, like, do you think you look fly?
When you wake up in the morning, do you genuinely look at the clothes you want to wear for that day, or you just grab shit and put it on?
I would love to say that I grab shit and put it on, but I scrutinize it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a very pale person, so
True.
what I wear, I could look just like a cave creature.
You are like the same complexion as your walls.
Exactly, dude. You need contrast to look good.
Yeah.
That's why black people look so good in like the Adidas tracksuits that are just like all red or all yellow or all blue. But I don't.
Yeah, have you ever tried?
Yes, I looked like a Teletubby with anorexia.
If you go out there with confidence,
dude, that's the thing though.
You can look good in anything.
Everybody says that. Are you confident?
Not in my clothes.
Naked?
Naked, I'd feel way more confident naked.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true? Even in the doctor's office?
It don't bother me that much.
It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. Did you like I've had to go in and get my nuts examined, and they're like undress and then like put this over your pelvis area or whatever. They always like have some like coat or your abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a towel or something, and like the doctor will be in with you. It would just be so funny to just get naked and just stand in the middle of the room and just be like, "What's up?"
What's up?
Yeah.
What if you just stood there like a skeleton, like one of their skeletons in the corner?
Oh. Yeah. And really stay in character, even when they're like, "Sir," and you're like, "Oh, I'm a skeleton."
I'm a skeleton.
Skeletons don't talk, sir.
You got to examine me.
Yeah.
What were you?
Looks like I've got an extra bone. Boner. Yeah. So when you're in the doctor's office, I guess. Well, this is back to fashion, but.
Do you know what's crazy? I haven't been to the doctor's in like 6 years.
Hell yeah, dude. That's pretty dope.
No, I feel terrible.
Make a resolution.
I have a headache, and
dude,
my body hurts.
I'm
pretty sure I have lung cancer too.
Yeah, probably. Well, you should just make your 2025 resolution to go to the doctor a single time.
Yeah, I probably should.
What about urgent care?
Probably should go to the doctor. Urgent care. Urgent care is fucking like you go there if you have flu or some shit.
What's wrong with you?
No, nothing. Just haven't been to a doctor in 6 years. Could be something wrong with me.
Yeah. I feel like either everything's okay or everything's really not okay.
Right?
It's never like a slow burn.
Are you ever scared to like...
Of course it is, though.
Just randomly start dying one day? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Wouldn't that suck?
Yeah. It really would, man. Yeah, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die either.
Living is so fun.
You know what I would hate the most? Is everybody being like, oh, he's dying.
No, I love that.
I would hate that.
I guess it's how confident are you?
Yeah.
If you're like a sexy dyer, no, I guess. What are you dying of?
I was having like a little bit of a panic attack earlier about having a brain aneurysm.
Isn't that like a sudden thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
Wouldn't that suck?
I've combed through Reddit on brain aneurysms.
Because it just kind of happens. And then...
Yep.
It would fucking hurt, wouldn't it? I feel like it would.
Dude, I had a God, I hate myself. I had a dream that I was in the hood and I went into this random house.
I was
in the hood.
They shooting in the hood.
I was there and I went into this random house and for some reason it was like an enterprise center for like rental cars. And I walked in, and there was this chick. It was just like a completely empty concrete house, one story, shitty. And I walked in, there was just this chick sitting at like a full-grown woman, ratchet, sitting, so we know.
Okay.
Sitting at like a middle school desk that like wraps around, like one of the classic ones. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, where are the keys? Like, where are the cars? Like, what's going on? And then she was like, I don't want to work here anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it like hit me. I was like, where am I? I'm just in like a random, who are you? And then I took one step around to leave the house and a guy just shot me in the neck and I died. But I like it just happened and I didn't even, but then like I processed death. And as I was like hitting the ground, I like experienced accepting death in my dream. And I woke up and I like understood what it was like to be like, I'm dying. It's over. That's okay. I hate myself
but
so
you
much.
Didn't, though. It was a dream.
No, dude, I did. Dreams are real. If you experience something psychologically in a dream, you are experiencing it.
I guess. The fact that you remember it is
I
crazy.
knew what it was
I would have forgot it. I don't remember dreams.
If you dream that you are in Jurassic Park with like real dinosaurs, that is no different than if you were actually in Jurassic Park. Like when you're in the dream, you can't, I mean, unless you're lucid dreaming, but like even if you're lucid dreaming, it's like spectacular.
Right.
And it feels 100% real.
It is your reality at that moment.
Bingo.
I see what you're saying.
You ever dream and then while you're in the dream, just look at the camera and go, I think, therefore I am.
Have you ever lucid dreamed before?
I lucid dream all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Dude,
I love dreaming. If you set an alarm, because you have like the most lucid dreams right before you wake up. So if you set an alarm a little before you actually want to wake up, like 2 or 3 hours, and you just cut yourself off before you dive into it, and then you like kind of activate your brain a little bit more, and then you dive back in, shit gets wild.
Really?
And if you chug NyQuil.
Do you think that's why you're like this? You're a little psychologically fucked up?
Dude, I wrote...
Because you just don't let your dreams happen? You got to like have control over it?
No, I let them happen. It's more to be able to like observe them. Because it's my version of lucid dreaming is like, I know this is a dream, but I can't escape.
That seems
it's like
terrifying.
I can't manipulate. Yeah, it is.
Why do you do this to
yourself? Can I tell you about a nightmare
I had?
Why
do you do
no,
this
I
to
don't
yourself? No, why? Tell me.
You really want to hear?
I want to hear why you don't want to tell me. That's what I
Wait, let me just tell you. I'll just tell you this. I mean, people hate hearing about dreams, right?
No.
All right, this is a cool dream though.
Let me hear.
So I actually wrote about this, but it's a bit. So it just opened on an aerial shot of a giant forest, like just goes for miles and miles of green. Zoom cut to like there's just a perfectly circular thing of grass, like a clearing, and in the middle of the clearing there's like a 1920s college school building. It's Old Main from Elmhurst University. And around it, there's like a bunch of picnic tables. Now I'm at the picnic table. I'm like me as a kid, young Harry. I'm like 6 years old, and we're all like tearing into our lunchboxes. Everybody's laughing and shit. You just hear like freaking Capri Suns popping into the bottles and bags crinkling, and then I hear like screaming, and I'm just like, people are playing tag. I don't even like think about it. And then screaming gets like louder, and then it hits a note, and I turn, and there's just a grizzly bear ripping apart like little kids. Just like they're screaming, just blood everywhere. And then I'm like, I stand up. A bear's coming from the fucking forest over there and tearing apart kids. There's a bear over there. And then it's like fucking tables are getting flipped and shit. And I'm like, and I'm just a little 6-year-old. And then it's like a cut to like just snap. And now I'm current day me sitting at the picnic table watching all these little kids get torn apart. And I'm like, I gotta fucking do so. I fucking sprint into this building. And I sprint into this building. It's like those double doors that like flap open, and I like slide into it. It's just one massive hallway. There's like it going to the left and going to the right, but it's like well lit. So like it's just like an old like school building. And I sprint to my right down the hallway. It's just like running down like a hotel hallway, and get all the way to the end, run through that door. It's a stairwell. Big locked door. I'm like hiding behind that. And then I'm just like sitting there breathing. I'm just hearing my breathing, hearing my heartbeat. And then I see a comic from our scene in the dream. Well, it's Kaya Osborne.
Okay.
She like runs in way down the hallway, and I open the door and I'm like, get over here. Like fucking over here, like to help. And she runs down and joins me behind the door. And then, like, as we're behind the door, I'm like, oh my God, like, this shit's crazy, blah, blah, blah. People are dying. And then we hear like, the other doors open again, and we look, and there's a little tiny girl, who's like a 5-year-old girl. And
always be scared of little girls.
Correct.
Always.
And I knew this in the dream. Like a little 5-year-old girl. And I'm like, fuck, get over here. Get over here. Like, I'm trying to get her attention. And then she starts running, and then literally as she's like halfway, a huge grizzly bear just like runs in and slams into the wall behind her, and then just locks onto this little girl. And I'm immediately like, she's not gonna make it. Like I know this little girl's toast, dude. And then and then Kaya Osborne is screaming in my ear. She's like, I turned to her and I'm like, she's not going to make it. We have to close the door. And she's like, no, we have to keep the door open. And I was like, we're all going to die if we don't close this door. And then she's like, no, we have to keep it open. And then she's like, you're a murderer. You're trying to murder this kid. And then I look again.
It sounds exactly like Kaya, too.
Dude, it really is. Yeah, it's very on brand. And then I'm like, fuck this. I sprint up the staircase because it's a stairwell. And then I just watch both of them get torn apart. Like the moment I start hitting the stairs, just girl dashes through, door half closes, bear just barrels through, rips her apart, kills Kaya, and then just chases me up this spiral staircase. And then it's just like nothingness around me, just all black and dark. It's just I can hear my footsteps, and then I emerge onto a playground from my childhood that's built like a castle. And I'm like a 6-year-old again, but I know it just happened. And I just like sit in a corner and just cry.
And then you woke up?
That was my dream, yeah.
Wow. Now I'm thinking, actually, Kaya hates animals. She would close the door. She would say, fuck that little kid.
Yeah, realistically, she'd be like, fuck that little white bitch.
Yeah.
Which is, you know.
Was it a white girl?
Little white, little blonde girl, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she'd fuck her. Close that door.
Don't fuck her, actually.
No. That is crazy. Why do you...
I found out today that somebody that I know is related to a person that got caught trying to find kiddie porn. And their family had to be like, hey, we're not going to talk to you anymore. Oh. But what were you asking?
I was just going to ask, like, why do you like psychologically fuck yourself with that lucid dreaming and shit? Do you just think it's fun?
It's fun.
Okay.
It's really fun because that's a bad example.
I only lucid dreamed once.
Tell me.
And I don't really remember my dreams too much, but this is what I remember. Is I was driving down the highway, and this is after I crashed on the highway too. I spun out on the Kennedy once.
Oh, damn.
And this was like after it happened, and I was driving, and I remember thinking to myself, like, wait, I don't have a car. I just crashed it. And then I was just like, oh, I'm dreaming. And then I started driving into the median, and nothing was happening. It was awesome.
The first thing you wanted to do was crash?
I just started driving into the median, and
Did
my
you just
car
like go through it?
Kinda, yeah. There was like cones.
Rock and roll.
There was like a bunch of cones.
Yeah.
And I started driving on the like GTA. They just kind of like kept going it. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I woke up. Yeah. I have dreamed about bombing on stage before.
Dude, I have so many fucking
And
dreams about stand-up.
I woke up in a puddle of sweat.
Where were you bombing?
I don't. It was like not a real club.
Yes.
It was like kind
an
of
amalgamation.
Like it was it was like a mix of almost like the Den in Lincoln Lodge.
Yeah.
Like it was like a big room, but kind of tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just bombing, and I just woke, dude, my like literally a puddle of sweat on my bed.
That's fucked.
I had to take off the sheets, get new sheets and everything.
What's the worst you've ever bombed in real life?
In real life,
Worst you've ever
Sunday on with Annabelle. It was probably my first first ever set.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of nice to just have the worst one
honestly,
out of the way.
you know, like to you, your worst bomb is.
Well, what's the worst you've ever felt after a set? Because after the first one, you probably didn't really know.
No, you're right. I don't know. I really couldn't say. Like my first set was so fucked up.
Why was it fucked up?
It was just 0 laughs. Like a bomb.
Yeah.
You know?
Like total, like beginning to end 0?
Beginning to end 0.
That's crazy.
Laughs. Like, I wanted to get off stage.
What were you doing?
Like,
what
stupid jokes that I wrote.
Was the writing bad, or was your delivery also weird?
Everything. It's your first time on stage.
Dude, I killed.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
That happens, though. People.
No, I know. Some people do, and then they come back and they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, my second set, I had a pretty good set, and then I just bombed. I ate dick for like a month, but I got a glimpse of what it was like, and I was like, yeah.
I started doing good when I went to the Red Room Comedy Club. Again, this was 2 years ago, so it was like actually a decent club.
Started doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Room, that's cool.
That wasn't the first club I ever did it at.
Killing?
Killing, no.
Bombing?
Bombing was Lincoln Lodge.
Nice. That's a good place to bomb.
Yeah.
Because I like just when the lights are blinding you when you're bombing, so you feel like you're being interrogated too.
I see so many new people go up for the first time at Lincoln Lodge too.
Yeah.
Just kind of like why I like going back to the open mics.
You like that shit?
I like watching first timers.
You see a lot of that, and it's always like you sort of just like, well, I'm never gonna see you again.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell immediately when you're not gonna see them. Dude,
Almost.
there was this one girl at Easy Bar that came in, and she was kind of like a prototypical, like pretty attractive brunette white girl, and she had a bunch of friends with her, and she sort of had like this sassy arrogance about her, and she went like 5 near the end at Easy Bar, and just like her friends were filming when she went up, and she just like
in the room.
No, there were people.
Oh, really?
That's why it was amazing.
Oh,
there were actually people in the room, and it was kind of like that late surge when the room almost like rebounds because people have like the camaraderie.
I see what you're saying.
And then she goes up, and she has like her whole act is like the sassy know-it-all, and just like right out of the gate, just completely eating shit. Like not a titter, not anything. Her friend literally just starts lowering the phone like 2 minutes in, and then this girl stops. This is why I respect her. Ultimately, she stops, just stares at us for like 10 seconds, and then she's like, "I'm not gonna lie, this is way harder than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna kill." And I was like, "Yeah, you fucking did, you little bitch.
Yeah, you did, you dumbass.
Now get the fuck off stage."
We all thought we were gonna kill tonight. Look what happens.
Yeah, it was so satisfying.
Yeah, I have nothing written new at all, so it's like I feel like kind of bad going back on stage.
So you're just doing the same stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start writing every weekend again.
How many more minutes?
Huh?
How many minutes are you gonna make this year?
I'm not gonna. We're still too early in our comedy career to be worried about that shit.
I'm gonna
Just
work really
write.
hard on my 1 minute for Kill Tony. I'm gonna spend the entire year honing that minute.
Really?
The entirety of 2025 is to build a single minute.
Like a solid killer.
At least good.
Okay.
That'd be funny to spend the whole year and it sucks.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
He's running his minute. That'd be kind of cool. Have like the host do 10 or 15, feature do 20, and then you do a minute.
Yeah, you go up and you just do like the best joke.
Yeah.
Of
Everybody's
all
just
time.
like, oh fuck.
Like the laughter's 10 minutes long.
Yeah. You'd need to build some crazy tension, which leads me to think that you'd only start speaking at like second 52 or something.
There was that guy on Kill Tony that went up and didn't say a fucking word.
I've seen that happen at open mics too.
Yeah, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Dude, well, I actually think if you say something and it like really bombs, if you just don't say a single word after that, eventually you will kill. I actually believe that. And like if it hasn't happened, you're just not waiting long enough.
You're not pausing long
There's something
enough?
so crazy and surreal about watching someone just eat a bomb and then just sit there. Because that's normally how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
You like bombing and then just staring at the audience?
I've definitely gotten better at doing that, yeah.
Better at bombing for sure.
Just like standing there for like, just basically getting comfortable with silence and like, this is my time. So I've forced myself now to go up if I have a 4-minute set. And it's like, I'm going to only talk about this topic for 4 minutes. I'm not going to pull a shoot. I'm not going to like do another joke. Just going to do this topic. And if I can't think of something, I'm just going to stand there and wait till I can think of something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good...
And it's like, it takes like 10 seconds sometimes of silence, but it's really not that long. And then I don't panic. Yeah.
Yeah, just try and think of something else to say about it.
Yeah. I also kind of do feel a little swaggy doing it. It's kind of like, because when it's silent, you don't really give a fuck about the silence. You're like,
right.
Yeah,
well, that's the hardest part.
I'm just sitting in this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest
Because
part
then
for the comic.
if you do something that really works after silence, but then if after silence just magnifies whatever follows it. Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should teach comedy.
You know, I've said the N-word one time less than a comic who teaches at Second City. So I think I'm actually more qualified.
Well, to be fair.
Oh, I like this rebuttal.
To be fair, they do have a ethnic last name.
Technically, yes. I think it sounds like a deli meat.
Like you're walking in. Hey, yo, let me get the...
Take one salami.
One salami. Were you there that day?
No. Were you?
No, I wish I was.
I heard Kiefer talk about it, though. At Will's, dude. And
yeah.
He said that... he said that after it happened, only, like, Ryder just did his, like, super loud laugh. So amazing. And then she was like... Well,
when Kiefer did it, some dude in the back, hey, that is she talking like
yeah, exactly. So nuts. And when she told it, apparently, right after saying it, everybody was like, ooh. And she was like, oh, I've only told that joke like 5 times. And Kiefer said that Ryder was like, 5 times?
5 times.
That's so crazy.
I don't think I would ever do it on stage.
How do I always get to this conversation? Fuck. Dude, my friend was telling me that he showed my podcast to his parents, which is crazy, on a road trip. Shout out Marcus. And shout out Patrick. And he was basically like, yeah, I had to like find an episode where you didn't really talk about the N-word that much.
That much.
He was like, so I basically
you talk about it.
He was like, basically, I had to like go to like a girl episode.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. But you keep bringing it up. I'm getting like.
That's the first time I brought it up all day.
I'm so uncomfortable with that word, dude.
Really?
Don't even say the. Don't even. I don't see color.
All right.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Did you grow up in like a really white part of New Jersey?
I actually grew up in a historically black street. I had like a
But your neighborhood
black church at the end of my road. White bubble.
Gotcha.
With a black line through the middle of it.
Nice.
Pretty cool, dude. My neighbor. So I went to see my neighbor in New Jersey. I drove up there, and she's been living there for like her entire life, and she wrote a book on slavery in New Jersey. Super cool. But she also told me when I was little that she did comedy with Chris Rock, and I was like 11, so I didn't really ask about it, and I didn't really understand the magnitude of that. And then I finally got to sit down with her again, and she was like, "How's comedy?" And I was like, "No, you tell me what the fuck happened."
Hey.
So she was
Remember
like,
that thing you told me?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, her name's Elaine," and she was like, "My stage name was Skinny E," and she also is hysterical. She was like, "My stage name was Skinny E," and like she was doing some mics, and then this one guy was like,
a little bit?
"What?"
Can I try and look her up?
She's not on the internet.
She's not on YouTube?
No.
I wouldn't be able to find her on YouTube?
After this story, you'll understand why.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So then this guy saw her and he was like, "I'll drive you to the city to do mics in New York City." And she was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that." And then she was at this Stand Up New York, and she said she was like sitting at the bar. She was 59th on the list. She was like, "I remember I was 59," and I was like, "I got time to kill." So she's like 8 vodka crayons deep, and then she's just like, this guy is sitting next to her, and his stage name is Kaz. And they're just like shooting the shit, having the greatest time. And then she goes up, he goes up, and she finds that he introduces himself. He's Chris Rock. And then, so she was just shooting the shit with Chris Rock. And then like a couple weeks later or whatever, she gets a phone call from Chris Rock. And it's like, Eddie Murphy just saw me, and he's bringing me on the road with him, and I want you to open for us. And she was like, "I can't do it. I have to raise my family."
Damn. Fuck my family. I would have.
That's what I'm saying,
gone,
dude.
Left.
I'm really sorry.
I'll see y'all in a little bit.
But I made an agreement with her. I was like, if I ever have the opportunity to like bring you up on stage to open for me or something, I swear to fucking God, I will get you on stage.
And she said, yeah?
She shook on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she still like kind of do it regularly or no?
No, she never does it.
Ever?
No. She just couldn't. She was too busy. You know?
Life. Would you ever get life in front of comedy?
Comedy is my life.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. I'm addicted to the game.
What else you got going on in your life, Harry?
I mean, I've got, good friends, good love life, learning guitar. I've used chopsticks for over 100 days in a row.
Why?
I'm filming a documentary.
You're always like every now and then you just are like say some shit like that. Just like some random thing that'll never.
Yeah, dude.
That'll never happen.
No, that's real.
Or what should I say? Or how should I say it? Just completely meaningless.
Meaningless? What do you mean?
You're doing a documentary on using chopsticks for 100 days?
No, for 365 days. Every day for a year.
Every day.
This isn't just some silly pitter patter. Fucking. What do you? No.
Excuse me. But no, it's shit like that, and I'll ask you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just doing a documentary about it," and I never see any documentary come out on your YouTube.
It will.
Okay.
I swear to God, it will.
I feel like we've had a conversation.
It'll
like
be
this
out.
Before.
It'll be out like next October.
I'm gonna lay down.
I've already started filming.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Got a couple scenes under my belt. My uncle is a carpenter, and he custom made me 2 pairs of chopsticks.
Oh, they're like they're not wooden.
No, they are wooden.
Oh.
What do you think a carpenter does?
I didn't hear you say carpenter.
That's fair. Jesus.
I just heard your uncle made you chopsticks.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on with you?
Dude, not a whole lot.
That's good.
Which is like...
Keep it low key.
Sucks.
Does?
Yeah.
Why don't you just, like, decide to learn harp?
Kind of want to get into sign language.
I've never heard anybody talk about sign language
Actually, you know what? Spanish. I want to learn Spanish. Wouldn't it be hot if you just, like, whipped out Spanish?
You got to whip it out with, like, a really good words per minute to truly impress. Right. And you have to have, like, that rhythm. It's not just about being able to say the words. Like, you need to really, really put yourself in that culture.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I can roll my R's, so.
Yeah, same.
I feel like we could learn Spanish.
But just rolling your R doesn't mean, like, you have to, like, have Shakira hips. Do you know what I mean? But do that vocally.
You got to have a little bit of soul.
Little bit of soul.
Little bit of soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Spanish is very useful.
Ain't that right?
I come across so many people, especially nowadays, that only speak Spanish, so they don't speak English.
Whoa.
So.
You should learn Russian. No, you should do Spanish.
Russian seems so hard. Spanish seems at least kind of easy.
Did you not take a language?
Spanish.
Motherfucker. So you know what it's like.
Dude, I skip that class every fucking day.
You skipped class in high school?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
I can't imagine being as bad of a boy as you have been.
Dude, at my high school, it was so easy to skip class.
How?
Just walk out.
They took attendance every class.
Yeah, don't give a fuck. Just walk out. You literally, so in between classes, you just walk out the front door.
What the fuck? Dude, at my school was a public school, and if you, like, walked out of the classroom without saying whether you're going number 1 or number 2, they'd flog you. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you walk out of the classroom, they're going to be like, where you going? But I'm saying in between classes, during the period.
So you just don't show up to the class?
Yeah, just don't show up.
Don't they take attendance?
Yeah, they do. Mark you absent.
Isn't there trickle-down
It
butterfly
was,
effect?
if you get 3 absences in a day, you get like an email to your parents.
So you can just skip 2 classes per day?
Pretty much. And then it was something throughout the week. Like if you did this many throughout the week, at the end of the week you got a call. Parents got a call.
Yeah, I feel like you learn the most about teachers based on what their absentee policy is.
Yeah. Well, the school just had a blanket absentee policy.
Blanket.
Blanket. Absentee policy. It was a public school. It was CPS.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You come through the system. It's nice. It's good to see it's good to see some of the success stories, because all I see are these ads on the subway, and they don't look good.
They don't.
I'm like, oh no. CPS. Your owl is very cute, but or is that the library? Shit. No, they're like partnered.
What?
The owl.
The owl?
Yeah, you know the owl. The insignia. Wow, we should get off the owl.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Public school. Hey, if you were a multimillionaire, would you send your kids to private school?
No, they're going to the same. No, they're going through public school like I did.
CPS?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
You know what's funny is as I was it was my ex. She used to babysit for this family.
Mm-hmm.
And when she went away for college, I took over for her. So I was babysitting the family for a little bit, for like months, you know.
You babysat the family?
How it was
how many
a
kids?
3-year-old boy and 2 newborn twin girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trust.
It was. But the 3-year-old was like getting into the schools now.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom was like, yeah, they were actually pretty fucking, they got some money. They had some money.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the kids were like savants.
No, they were just not any dumber than a regular 3-year-old kid, I guess. Like, it was a smart 3-year-old kid, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, they were having that debate of like, should he go to private school or public school? And I'd been in public school my whole life, so they had asked me, and I was like, yeah, public school is probably the best bet, to be honest. He'll get more
exposure.
Yeah.
Yes. Quite literally.
Yeah, because he'll go to school with rich kids and poor kids, not just rich kids.
Yeah. Dude, it's kind of like, do you go D1 as a backup or do you go D3 and like a star being a rich kid in a public school? You know? Cuz everybody's a rich kid in a private school.
Right.
But if you're with the poors,
then you get to go
flare
to
that collar.
Then you become friends, right? Then you go to their house and you see all the shit they don't have that you have.
Uh-huh.
You start, you're like, "Oh man, I'm very grateful."
You start getting appreciative.
You're appreciative.
Thank you, poor friend. You make me appreciate my life.
Thank you for living in the projects.
Yeah.
You really made me scared.
I gotta get
when I went over.
That's funny. Just tense the entire time.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I had a
That's what I think.
I had a Jewish friend named Daniel Blumenthal. Shout out Daniel Blumenthal.
Blumenthal.
Just followed me on TikTok.
Blumenthal Industries.
That's
That's probably a thing.
It's got to be. I think it's actually Blumenthal Incorporated.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
It's honestly way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, so this kid Daniel Blumenthal.
Daniel Doofenshmirtz.
Daniel Blumenthal. You're not gonna throw me off, man. I'm super good at this.
Doofenshmirtz is totally Jewish last name.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, he's got the corporation. Oh man.
Dude, he's got the fucking nose.
Oh man.
Look at his head. He's totally Jewish. He looks like you.
Anyway, so Daniel Blumenthal, great kid.
Daniel Blumenthal, yes.
Yeah.
Recently,
his uncle was a Doofenshmirtz. Yeah, so he's getting swole right now, which is cool.
Oh, he's working out.
And he deserves it.
That's cool.
And I remember his mom died, and I was like, damn, I cannot imagine what that would be like. And then my dad died, and I was like, this is really gay. Anyway, I didn't mean to talk about that. But so he would come over to our house when we were a kid, and when I was a kid, and we had these big Labrador retrievers. They were like both over 100 pounds. They're fucking huge dogs. And they would like play wrestle with each other, and they get like really fucking like snarly at each other. But it was all fun and games, like fake play. And he literally would be like, "They're killing each other," and we'd be like, "Nah, they wild."
The dogs?
Yeah.
Were they actually like trying to fight or?
No, they were just like rolling
playing
around.
Oh,
They're just
okay.
like being buds.
Was he scared of dogs?
But he was scared of big dogs.
Mm.
Yeah. It kind of was like a BBC in our living room, like two wolves going at it. Yeah. I was telling my aunt that at Christmas this year, and then she was like, "Why was he so afraid of your house?" And I said, "'Cause of all the Nazi memorabilia." And nobody laughed, and my mom just went.
Your mom chuckled?
Yeah, she chuckled.
That's funny. That's good.
Yeah. It was good.
Did she chuckle at the bomb or did she chuckle at the joke?
No, I think she appreciated the Nazi memorabilia.
Does your mom laugh at your jokes?
Generally, no.
Okay.
Dude, I showed. So this woman that works at my climbing gym, shout out Robin. She's a beast. She's a yoga teacher, and we got a new yoga studio. Dude, come check it out. I'll get you in. Anyway, hot yoga, amazing, change your life. I swear to God, it'll change your life.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you have varicose veins in your nuts, and you're just in constant aching pain, go to hot yoga.
I do have an ingrown hair on my nuts right now that hurts a little bit.
All right, let's talk after the pod. Anyway,
Okay.
So they were thinking of doing a comedy show at the. They found out that I do stand up, and they're thinking of it. They're like, "Oh, we could do like a comedy show," and like the yoga room would act. It's like a low ceiling. It's intimate.
We just turn
the perfect setting.
We turn the fucking temperature up to 110 degrees.
It would be funny to do super hot comedy.
Yeah.
She'd be like fucking dying. Anyway, she was like, "Oh yeah, you can like host a comedy show or whatever." And then she was like, "Can I see a video of your stuff?"
Oh no!
And
did you show her the Harriet Tubman joke?
Here's the thing, man. Black people love that joke. It does, but anyway. So I sent her my Laugh Factory set, and then she saw me later, and she was like, the first stuff was good, but the Harriet Tubman butt joke, you're better than that. And dude, she laughed, and my first thought, I was like, I'm not better than that.
I am not better than that.
That's my peak.
It is your
It's
peak.
literally the best thing I've ever done
It's
in my life. And it never does well when I need it to do well, but when I absolutely don't care if it does well.
Does she like the first part?
Yeah. But no follow-up about the comedy show.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is she cute? You have a girlfriend, so you're trying to.
She's a symmetrical lady. Yes. And
so she's heavier.
She's 550 pounds. No, I'm kidding. It'd be crazy to just be like a super agile fat person.
Like Chris Farley. He was very agile.
Yeah, I guess he was. Well, there's always that one fat kid on the lacrosse team who like is like, dude, my friend's gonna get so mad at me. They're like a really good athlete, but it's kind of like under the fat.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Not goalie.
No.
D-Mitty?
No, not though. D-Middies are athletic as fuck. They're normally like attackmen or fogos.
What position does he play?
I'm not gonna. I did just say it.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Braden King. Yeah.
Oh, so
I love
you,
Braden.
He's a fogo.
Yeah, he's a fogo. He says he's the best. He said he was the best athlete on our team.
Because of that?
No, he just was saying he's the best athlete.
Oh.
And we were all like, no, you're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
You like coaching lacrosse still?
That's a very sore subject.
Why? How is
all I want in my life is to see the kids that I work with become all Americans and do the craziest shit ever and just like Selly so crazy in games when they score. But I mean, I'm talking mostly about the goalies I coach. And it's made very difficult by the powers that be to do that without getting financially ruined. So
I will not ask anymore.
Unfortunately, it's like if you took away,
I'm assuming,
if you took away the clay from a sculptor, I could make this young man into such a brilliant individual on and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not happening.
It's a long drive.
Oh,
it's a long drive.
Coaching,
and I don't get reimbursed for the gas money.
Yeah, no, it's out of the way. They still practicing out in Oak Park.
And if I get to practice if the practice is
or in Melrose
from 3 to 5:30, we're expected to get there at 2 and set up, and then you inevitably stay till 6. But you're only allowed to clock in at the start and end of practice. So when you're like doing the real physical grunt work of like hauling cages across turf fields and stuff in sometimes like really hot weather. And then they're like, yeah, you don't get paid for that, by the way. And then also the gas that you're spending on the way back, we're not going to pay you for that either. Yeah.
Well, it is, I mean, it's a club team. What do you expect?
I expect greatness.
I went down to Mizzou.
Yeah.
And did a camp for a weekend. Did it twice, actually. But one year it was really fucking hot that summer.
Yeah.
And it was like 100 degrees on the field. And the turf was like boiling.
Perfect.
And just like you step out on it.
You can like see the waves.
Yeah, you can literally see the waves coming off.
It's like Transformers.
Exactly. And I was just running so fucking hard and like
such a beast.
And shit, being a beast on
literally.
Attack. Just coming off X and just burying the shit. Oh yeah.
Fake high go low? Fake low go high.
I was a fake low go high.
Did you duck your head?
Huh?
Did you duck your head when you scored?
Did I?
The head fake?
No, my head was always looking in the other, like at the other spot of the cage.
Oh, you're like.
Right.
You're like Patrick Mahomes.
I was snake eyes.
Ooh, that's cool. There was a kid that I played with named Tyler Cramp, and he like never dropped passes. He had such good stick skills in high school, and he had this move that he did like every time on the crease, and especially when I like had just started playing him, he just would fuck me with it every time, where he would just like go like this and look right at me, and then put his head down and shoot high. sorry, put his head down, shoot high, and it would fuck with your brain so much.
Yeah. Fucks with the goalie's brain. Oh, so yeah, I was in Mizzou, and it was just super hot. And
Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. And we were probably like halfway through the practice,
Uh-huh.
and I started puking all over the field.
Oh.
Just because I was like
Helmet on?
helmet on,
Nice.
just dehydrated, and I couldn't stop puking. Actually, it just kind of kept coming. And then
Jesus Christ.
yeah, it was a lot. And then I went over to like the track part of the field.
Uh-huh.
Like there was a whole tracker going around it. And I started puking on that. And there were runners.
Oh man.
And they all saw me and they were like running. They were like, "Oh no!" Like
how many lanes did you cover with your liquid?
1.5.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
2 inside lanes.
Yeah, 2 inside
unusable.
lanes. Yeah.
Damn. 2 best lanes.
So yeah, and then the coach was like, "Yep, we're done for the day."
Oh, that's kind of
Called
nice.
that everybody off the field. Yeah.
A lot of your teammates were probably like, "Thank you."
Yeah. And then we got inside and I cooled down and I was like, "This feels so nice." Like, you ever take a cold shower after a real hot day like that?
I always like the idea, and then I get there and I'm like, I'll go lukewarm. I'm too much of a pussy for cold.
Oh, really?
Because lukewarm feels cold at that point.
Dude, there's nothing better than getting super hot.
You just go straight in?
Like on a hot summer day in Chicago and going to the lake and just jumping in.
You've just done that?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'll work up a real nice sweat.
That's kind of
like
nuts.
super hot.
At what point do you jump in, or do you just go to a beach?
You'll know.
Like at the end of Navy Pier?
Like
Swan dive?
No, I'll go to one of the ledges. Like on Diversity.
Like the concrete ones?
Yeah. I like
Damn.
Montrose personally, but
aren't you afraid that for the 2 seconds that you're underwater, that like a bull shark's gonna kill you?
no, they don't come that close.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you not do that? You never been swimming in the lake?
I just heard it was gross.
No.
But honestly, I don't really care about things being gross. I just I don't like getting into cold water. I just really hate that experience.
Oh, true. It is cold.
And getting out sucks too.
But when you get out, it's so fucking hot.
I guess if it's really hot.
Go in the summer on like a 90-degree day. Because that concrete's hot. And you heat up pretty quick.
Maybe I will do this. I mean, I feel like I have to do this in Chicago at some point. I have to swim in Lake Michigan.
You never swam in Lake Michigan?
No.
Come on, dude.
I know. I'm sorry.
World's deadliest lake.
Damn. That's my bad. Actually, well, never mind.
What?
I almost just went on a 40-minute tangent about the River Nile and trying to find the source. But
I almost drowned in Lake Michigan once. I was with my cousin. I used to do lifeguard camp when I was it was like middle school, high school range.
Sounds like you were not doing well at camp.
It was during lunch. We snuck out and we went to the ledges in Montrose, and we weren't like, it was red flags. Nobody was supposed to be in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And the waves were just like crashing on shit. We're jumping in, so we all jumped in, and it was a struggle to get out. All my friends ended up getting out, and then it was just me and my cousin in there.
Yo.
And probably took us like 5 minutes to like.
Holy shit.
Get
probably
our bearings.
Probably expended a ton of energy.
Oh yeah. We were like grabbing onto the ledge, and we would like start to climb up, and then a wave would come and just knock us off.
Oh.
And then we'd have to come back, do it all over again.
Who got out first? You or your cousin?
I did, from a miracle wave that literally just lifted me up and threw me on top. Then I came over, and my cousin was dangling off, and I just grabbed him, and a wave came, and then when that wave came, I pulled with everything I had, and came up with me.
Did that feel kind of badass?
I did. We like both looked at each other like at this moment, like,
yeah,
we should not be alive right now, type thing. And yeah.
Damn.
We didn't tell our parents. Last time, my parents just found out about this.
How'd they react?
Actually. My mom was like, "What the fuck?"
And your dad was like, "That's so cool."
No, but I did a joke at the end of it, so they were all laughing.
Oh, nice. That's very smart. What was the joke?
It was like, because my aunt heard about this. She was like, "Oh, you saved Mason," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. Because if I came home and Mason didn't, I knew you were gonna be pissed."
Nice.
They all laughed.
Throw yourself on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's very wise. She's like, I hate you. It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Smart.
Yeah, the lake is no joke. It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I've always thought about the lake as a bit.
Remember that silence thing you were talking about?
It will happen. It's not gonna happen now because you ruined it.
No, I don't.
Dude, you were gonna burst out dying. Yeah, it was gonna sneak up on you. That's how laughter happens. You don't know it's gonna happen when it happens.
Yeah, it's supposed to be spontaneous.
Yeah. I almost just.
But yeah, no, I'll take you. I'll take you. Let's all do a beach day in the summer.
Dude, I hate the beach so much.
Well, it's not like the beach. We'll go to the concrete, so we don't have to worry about the sand and shit. That's the one thing I hate about the beach.
Such a funny alternative. No, dude, we'll go to the concrete. It's way nicer.
It is.
I mean, it's cleaner, right?
The water is fucking fine.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about like you don't get out and you have concrete all over your nuts.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what sand does.
Yeah, you get sand everywhere.
I know. I hate it.
It sucks.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And then you get wet, and then you sugar cookie yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, that don't happen in the concrete.
Yeah. But then.
And you get to actually like jump in.
That's true. Are there ladders?
Yes.
Were you and your cousin not near a ladder?
We were. We're trying to climb up the ladder.
No way.
But a wave would come, so the best bet was to just grab the ledge and pull up. That was the best bet.
Could you not just like hold for life on the ladder?
Not really. It was the wave would just fucking take you off, and
I really want to try this. I want to try this so bad.
Slippery, like it's all algae, so it's like you can't really hang on.
If you could just like recreate that exact scenario in like a controlled environment where at any moment a guy can just press a button and it all stops and you're fine, would you recreate it to re-feel the adrenaline rush?
Yes, 100%. Because it's so fun when you're like when a wave comes and you're like you go so high.
Did you feel like perhaps you were within the grasp of a divine spirit?
Something was definitely looking like I said, a miracle wave got me up on that ledge.
After this, did you fancy yourself a religious man?
No, that wasn't until I took acid.
It wasn't the life-saving experience. It was I took acid and watched Adventure Time for 7 hours.
I took acid and talked to God is what happened.
No shit.
No, not really.
Aw, man. But you did become religious after it.
Not like more spiritual than religious, I'd say.
Yeah. I wish there was a cooler name for spiritual.
Yeah, me too, right? You sound like a fucking pussy.
I know. But Gary Shandling was spiritual and in the cool way.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of something being higher, but I don't like I'm not going to go to fucking church every week and
fuck you, church.
And hope that I'm going to get into heaven. I'm just going to live a good life.
Sorry, I said fuck you, church.
Fuck you, church.
You're just going to live a good life?
Just live a good life.
It's just I mean, it's going to get to the point where it's already at the bare minimum. People can like do Zoom church. I've always wanted to do a bit on that where it's like, how low are God's standards? Because you used to have to die in war to go to heaven, and now it's like
that's not true.
And in some religions,
that was the only way you were getting into heaven is if you died in war.
I think it was some like Viking dudes. You had to fucking die in battle.
Like Valhalla, that was a thing.
Something like that.
Okay.
They just have to click join.
Did you grow up religious?
My brother and I would be forced occasionally. We had like a stint where we went to church a little bit because my dad was sort of going through some stuff. And my brother and I would sit in this. We were like the oldest kids by like, they were like 5-year-olds and we were like 10, 11. We're like way older than these other kids in this. Is it after Bible study? It's not Bible study.
Sunday school?
Sunday school, yeah. Sunday school. So I don't even know the name. We'd like sit around a table and they would all read their like favorite passages or whatever it is. And then they would get to me and Teddy and we'd be like, they like memorized their stuff. And then they get to me and Teddy and they'd be like, go ahead. And we'd be like, we have no idea what you're talking about. And they'd be like, it's in the book. And we're like, what book? Yeah, like, dude, we were such dumbasses. And then, what? Yeah, like, I might write that down. And then they literally just would give up on us. They would just be like, that's fine. God in good time. I trust God's whatever. And then we would do this computer game that they somehow just I think they just let us do it because we were just so useless. But it was this open world computer game where you were just flying around in a Red Baron airplane. And it was just literally just Microsoft Flight Simulator, but with like a landscape that was kind of like a mini GTA, but it was like Jesus time. And then there would be like Jesus and Moses and like
Moses was before
Abel.
Jesus.
No, it was like multiple figures.
Oh, okay.
And if you like flew near them or into them, they like stopped you and had a chat. And they like informed you on what was going on, but you had to like kamikaze Jesus to learn anything.
You had to fly right into
Yeah,
him.
but my brother and I were just like, "Fuck that, we're not gonna talk to them." Yeah. And then you had to like answer. The way it got you is, Jesus would ask you a question, and it was like a multiple choice, and you had to answer it correctly to keep flying. So Danny and I we would hit Jesus, and then we'd be like, "Fucking, excuse me, can you come help?" And then we'd be like, "I want to keep flying the plane. What's the answer?" And they'd be like, "You have to read." And we're like, "Give me the fucking answer." And they'd be like, "It's C," and you'd hit C and just launch right back. Yeah. Start
flying again.
So yeah, I was raised very religious.
Like really, like your parents were?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Not at all.
Oh, my fly's down.
Oh, nice.
I wish that was mic'd up.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, not at
Never
all.
went to church or anything. It was stupid.
It was stupid?
Would you have church was stupid?
Would you have confessed in confessional?
What would I confess?
I know it's not like an everyday part of church, but like in confessional, would you really air it all out, or in the back of your mind would you be like, I'm holding some of these close to my chest?
Never been to confession.
I know. Say if you did.
Oh, if I did.
Because every time I see it in a movie, I'm always like, would I have just been like telling this guy everything, or would I have been still withholding stuff and being like, I can't tell him about the murder? You know?
Well, yeah, I don't know what their because like you know how therapists have that policy, like.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You know what I mean?
The policy where you betray me?
Yeah. 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 So okay. So I can't be open, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, exactly. Sign this. You can say literally whatever you want, but if you do and it's a little sketchy, I will tell on you.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know if priests have that.
Yeah, it's their discretion. I mean, I don't think they're signing anything, right?
I'm pretty sure they're just like it's between you and God.
Could we be more informed?
I'm pretty sure it's just like between you and God, right? So they're like, yeah, okay.
But there's just a truth cuck just sitting on the other side.
Yeah.
If it's just between me and God, why is there just a dude sitting there?
And why is it like a dark box?
Yeah.
You know?
Just make you uncomfortable.
It just feels like the most uncomfortable situation to like dispose your darkest secrets.
Yeah, it's kind of genius if you think about it.
And you're not even looking at them eye to eye.
Like this, you can just see the faint silhouette.
Yeah.
It's very disconnected.
Yeah.
I guess it's harder to look someone in the eye and tell them crazy shit.
True.
It's like desensitizing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, if you just love gossip, how great is that scheme?
True.
Sit in a box and be like, tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. I promise I won't tell. I'm going to tell God, but
God will know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically the only being that has any actual bearing on your life will know. But everybody else, they're not going to know.
No.
Although they probably would spill some shit at their priest brunches that they have all the time.
I went to my cousin graduated from St. Ignatius this past year.
Word.
2023.
Iggy.
St. Iggy. And so I went to his graduation, and it wasn't the graduation, it was like it was the mass graduation. So I went to mass basically.
They tricked you.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I know. And it was Catholic mass.
What does that entail? Is it longer?
So long. It was like 3 hours.
Holy hell.
And
literally.
It felt so long. And then plus they had speeches and shit from the students, like the valedictorian did a speech and all this.
Uh-huh. Did he get all like, thank God I have good grades, that's why I got a 4.0?
I don't remember. I was zoned out. Like I was going into the bathroom, hit my dab pen and shit, and coming back.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I was fucking. But either way,
you were probably closer to talking to God than any of them.
Exactly. Yeah. So at the end of it, they come out with the bread and the wine, you know.
The snacks.
Yeah, and I lined up, and he handed me the bread, and I was like, what do I do?
Oh fuck.
And he goes, are you Catholic? And I was like, no. And he was like, I need you to go back there. And I was like, all right.
Whoa.
I see how it is.
That must have been tense.
I see how it is, son. He was like a fucking 18-year-old kid.
Damn. But I mean, I bet your butthole shriveled up.
A little bit, because I was like, I have
That's
no
scary.
idea what to do, and everybody behind me knows what to do.
No, like
I'm the odd man
they
out.
all just figured
I
out
have
that
no
you're an
idea.
imposter.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, that exact thing happened to me at my at a relative's funeral. Me and my brother and my sister, we like all went up. There was like open casket. We all got like the bread, and then we all just stood there with it. We're like, what the fuck? And then people like complained that we weren't eating it. And then it's like a body of Christ. Why would I eat Christ?
Yeah.
It's like, that's weird.
You ever been to a bat mitzvah or a bar mitzvah?
Been to one bar mitzvah. It was the greatest experience of my entire
Did you go
life.
to the
Shout out Johnny Smotrich.
Did you go to the party or the ceremony or both?
Just the party.
Just the party. So
no, I went to the party and the ceremony. My mom was like, you have to go to both.
Gotcha.
Which I respect.
So you remember in the ceremony when they're like walking around with that fucking, I think it's the Torah or whatever. I don't know what they're walking around with.
Yeah.
But everybody takes their Bibles and like puts it on there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I remember it was like all of our friends, we were at this bar mitzvah, and everybody started doing it, but it was like all the family. But then it got to like us, like our friend group, and the one friend whose turn it was to do it just didn't.
Ooh.
So the rest of us just didn't do it.
Oh, that's on the second person as well. he got peer pressured by the one person.
He was like, well, then he kind of, I mean, you know, none of us were Jewish, so we were like, okay, this is fine.
No.
This is fine. This is all fine, you know, right? And then at the end, our buddy Oliver came up, and he was like, why the fuck didn't you guys put the Bible?
Why are you guys doing a silent protest at my bar mitzvah?
He was like, is everything okay?
You did like the most offensive thing you could.
We just didn't know what to do, man. We freaked out.
Yeah, that's understandable.
We were just like, sorry, man.
That is understandable. Oh, dude, yeah, speaking of, yeah, we're a Jewish household.
Hey, man, I went to school with a bunch of you guys.
5%.
5%?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to like 7 or 8 bar mitzvahs in my life.
I'm so jealous.
Been to a lot.
That is cool. Last time I ever danced without inhibitions was at that bar mitzvah. Yeah.
Without inhibitions.
Yeah. Now I can't do it.
Really?
I was standing on top of it was like a pit bull guy, like dollar store pit bull DJ, packed out room, bowls of M&Ms everywhere, aqua themed, underwater. He's a marine biologist now.
Oh, cool.
He's followed his dreams. It's very badass. All like fish themed and stuff. And I'm like a little Gollum me, shaved head with like a pink dress shirt and a navy sweater vest. Emaciated, disgusting freak. But I'm not fully aware of that yet. And I'm on like those boxes that they use, the crates for the sound equipment, and they're all like stacked next to the stage. And I'm holding like glow sticks, and I'm just fucking going crazy next to the stage. And then he turns to me, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Is that all you got?" And dude, I stepped down from that crate, and I have never danced again in public without thinking that it's just not enough.
Is that all you got? That's funny, dude.
So fucked.
How was the party last night? Or Hannah's party, I should say.
It was good. We all
You
went
didn't
to.
dance there?
There was no dancing, thank God.
There was no dancing. Nobody was dancing.
Dude, if I walk into a bar and there's dancing, I cannot leave that bar fast enough.
What was the pop up over at Replay?
It was a pop up.
What was the theme at the bar?
I don't know if there was a theme. Don't they just play games?
Well, they usually do they'll do pop ups. Like they'll dress it up.
But then we all went to another bar, and then we all went to another bar.
Nice.
And I was like, guys, slow down, be responsible. You know?
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
You were like, come on, guys, let's go to another bar.
Yeah, I drank and drove pretty egregiously.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding.
You
Last
don't have a
night
car.
though. What?
You don't have a car.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Mazda 3. Hatchback.
Nice.
Beautiful car.
Stick?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I only drive stick.
Is it for real stick?
Yes.
Nice.
My mom taught me.
How's that driving in the city?
I mean, I still love it.
Really?
Dude, I delivered Jimmy John's in Oak Park
You're
with
only
the stick
doing
shift.
You're only doing 1 and 2 and
You
get the 3.
You can get the 4. You can go 30.
you can get the
pop it
you
into
can get
fourth
You
gear.
can get up to 4 if you're on the highway.
No, you can get it into 4 cruising.
On the streets?
Yeah, just get crazy good MPG.
I guess.
That's what I do. Yeah, and then going down when you go from Uptown Tap to when you go from Femi's, which is south side, to Uptown Tap, which is all the way north, there's a route where you take LSD, and it is so fun to drive. It's so amazing. Just seeing like the cityscape, you're just driving through all of Chicago, lake to your right. It's amazing.
You like going north on Lakeshore, not south?
I mean, I like going either way.
Mm.
South is really beautiful too.
I like going from Hollywood all the way to like 63rd.
I'm gonna do that.
Do a
one
UE
day.
on 63rd, come back.
Dude, me and Matt Calhoun, we shook on this. We made an agreement that we are going to one day walk from downtown Chicago to Batavia to do the 3-minute open mic.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna wake up at like 4 a.m. and we're gonna walk like 13 hours.
You are going to get not even a quarter way there.
No, we're gonna do it, and then
we're
gonna perform 3-minute sets.
You're gonna get an hour into walking, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck me."
No, I won't. If I commit to something, I do it.
Okay, how you gonna get back?
We're gonna Uber or something.
Okay.
Or we'll have someone meet us there.
All right.
God damn.
You're gonna walk back?
Be cool. Nah, dude, the walk back doesn't matter.
You guys are crazy if you do that.
We're gonna do it. Dude, he drove to Alaska. That's basically equivalent of that, but driving.
True. Dude, I would totally drive to Alaska. It's like a day.
A day? No, it's more than that,
isn't it? It'd be like almost 2 days.
San Diego's like 27.
I just looked up on my map the other day. From here to like Yukon, which is like in Canada, but it's pretty close to Alaska. It's 1 day and 22 hours.
1 day and 22. That's 2 days.
Like I said, almost 2 days.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 1 day.
I did say 1 day, but then I was like, oh no, it was almost 2 days.
Son of a bitch.
So like hour 22.
All right. You could have gotten away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the 13-hour drive from New Jersey to Illinois all the time.
Was it really 13 hours?
Well, it's like 11:30, but with stopping at rest stops and stuff, I normally have to stop for gas at least twice, and then just like normally 3 times just for my sanity, just to walk around and be like, because it gets to the point where I can't listen to music anymore, so I just drive in silence, and it's just the same. My favorite game to play driving in the Midwest at night is that an overpass or am I hallucinating? It's literally just it's such an endlessly.
Hopefully it's an overpass.
And like sometimes you'll get like within 20 feet and you're like, holy fuck, it's an overpass.
Dude, that's
it's literally just nothing, sometimes windmills, patch of trees all around one farmhouse, gray, yellow, nothing, overpass.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Do you are you more of a wake up in the early morning and start driving, or do you go at like in the middle of the day?
I'm a fucking idiot because I'm always like, I'm gonna leave bright and early, 6 a.m. Gonna get there at like 7, like in time for dinner, and then I wake up at like noon, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then I get in at like 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Just completely ruins my next week.
The worst is driving and the sun's going down. And
when you know.
Yeah, and it's like right below that rear visor where you just can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can't cover the sun anymore. That's the worst.
You also go through the craziest storms.
Yeah.
Just like pockets of like hail. And you're like, am I going to die right now? Like zero visibility. And then like stops.
Yeah.
And then you're just perfectly sunny again.
Perfectly clear again.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, long drives are hard.
The Midwest is just very. I like the East Coast.
Do you like flying?
Dude, I'm kind of scared of flying.
Really?
I've kind of been a little baby about flying and I've gone on like, coming back from Australia, I had to go on 5 flights in 2 days. And it was like just the Australia flight is like 14 hours. So then I did like easily over 24 hours of flying. And each time I thought I was going to die.
What was your layovers at?
I laid over, I came from Airlie Beach to Sydney to Brisbane to New York to Chicago.
Gotcha. Same thing there, or?
San Francisco was also in it. This is good.
Cisco'd it.
Cisco'd
it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Frisco. More butt fucking per square mile than any other city on earth.
Really?
Put that on a postcard.
Hey.
That's a Daniel Tosh joke that I just told. He opened with that. He opened his special by being like, San Francisco, more butt fucking per square mile. Yeah.
I like Daniel Tosh.
He's right under Norm Macdonald for me. And I mean right under.
That's a stretch.
No.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Tosh is so good.
Tosh is funny, but right under Norm Macdonald.
In terms of just overall enjoyment listening to. Honestly, I've listened to more Tosh. Tosh has more stuff out.
True. Well, he's still alive.
True.
So, he's got the opportunity.
I don't know if he will. You know what? I'm always like thinking, because I'm going to get this Netflix special probably in like a year or two.
In a year
and I'm always like...
You can't even get booked
I'm always
80s.
like... oh, sorry. No, Hulu's going to pick me up. Because Hulu's like the hot new kid on the block.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like... You know, once I put out a blockbuster banger special in like what... Probably, honestly, let's be honest, like 4 or 5 months from now, it's like... Then do I have to keep putting out a special every year? Maintain my status? Or am I going to play it cool, develop that hour over a long time, 2 years, then put it out, and only end with like 30-something full hours out there?
There's really only a few comics that put out an album every year.
Yeah.
And Louis C.K. was doing that until he got canceled.
True.
And then... Can't really name another comic. Joe List puts out a special every year, a YouTube special.
That's true. Sam Morril, Mark Normand.
I feel like Normand was 2 years between his two.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Morril was also. Segura?
I don't think he does one every year. Gaffigan probably does one every year.
Hannah Gadsby?
Gaffigan, Jimmy Gaffigan.
Oh no, I was
you were
making
saying
a Nanette joke.
Oh.
Anthony Jeselnik on his podcast would every single podcast he would be like, my recommendation. They have this thing called Recommendation Station, and he would sometimes just super sarcastically recommend something that was dog shit. And he had a running bit for so long where they'd be like, Recommendation Station. He's like, my recommendation is Nanette on Netflix by Hannah Gadsby. Revolutionizes comedy. Like just literally just giving it the most complimentary things because it's such a piece of shit. And then just in terms of being funny. And then the other one he did that with he was like, he's like super hard on films and books, and he was like, I just got back from seeing Morpheus with Jared Leto, and it is, no kidding, the blockbuster we've been waiting for. And dude, so many people wrote in the next week, and they're like, "Fuck you! I wasted my money watching Morpheus."
So funny.
And he doubled down. He was like, "If you don't like Morpheus, you're not a fan of mine." It's a great piece of cinema. Yeah,
that's a true comic right there.
He is a true comic.
Double down, always double down. I have trouble doubling down.
I know. I also have trouble just like yes-anding things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll shut it down without realizing that I'm shutting it down, and then in retrospect, I'm like, "Fuck."
I feel like I did that a few times in our conversation.
Almost constantly, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I also just like shutting people down.
It is fun, but it's like short-term pleasure.
It's really
is. It's like that moment.
And then 5 seconds later, they're looking at you like you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but
just like, come on.
Were you ever the kid in like middle school when someone would say something? I thought you were gonna do this to me after my bear dream. I thought you were gonna be like, "I'm sorry, did I ask?" I fucking hated that kid. And then I tried it on one time to see if the slipper fit. Everybody was like, "You're a dick." I was like, "All right, I'm just lashing out." You ever had that happen?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I really I think about shit like sarcastic shit to say to like random people.
You like ahead of time?
Like to like Karens or something who like aren't minding their own business.
You're just counting on that?
Yeah, 100%.
What have you conjured up?
To be like, "Oh man, is it that time?"
Is it that time?
Yeah.
What?
That time where you just don't mind your own fucking business.
It's so dramatically aggressive.
I know.
That's crazy. You just like do that to people in public?
Yeah.
I'm so polite in public. Couldn't imagine that.
I love being rude to people that I'll never see again because I know I'll never see them again.
Damn, that's like something a very evil person would say. It's like a Doofenshmirtz quote.
Yeah.
Even he, I feel like, had some heart.
He was just mean to everybody.
Yeah.
But didn't he have a wife that was a robot?
No, that was Plankton.
That was Plankton. You're right.
Lisa? No, that was Steve Jobs' computer.
Doofenshmirtz didn't have a wife.
No, yeah, he was definitely a bachelor. It was kind of a Woody Allen situation. Do you understand that?
What? No.
He's having sex with his daughter.
Woody Allen had sex with his daughter?
Didn't he marry his daughter?
No, he was having... his whole thing was... It was just a very young girl. She was very young.
I thought it was like legally his stepdaughter.
Oh, maybe it was.
Pretty sure it's another fold.
Dude, I really don't know.
Yeah, dude. So you know how Seinfeld famously dated a teenage girl?
Yes.
So...
She was like 16, right?
Yeah. There's a story that I think Sam Morrill and Mark Norman were telling. Maybe it was Joe List. But they were like doing an impressions night. So like comics would swap and like pretend to be other comics at the club. And this one person went up. And it was some really good comic I can't remember the name of. But they were like, this is my Jerry Seinfeld. And they're like, what's the deal with math homework? I mean, come on. My girlfriend's always bringing it home. So funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you ever do a character on stage?
I've been doing a character the whole time.
True.
Nah, I'm kidding.
No, you are not yourself on stage.
Really?
You're like a fake person of yourself.
You think I am? You think I'm a wind-up toy?
Yeah.
Me? Specifically or everybody?
You specifically.
Why?
Because...
What's the difference? Dude, I'm so authentic on stage.
Actually,
everybody knows how authentic I am.
I take it back. You are pretty authentic on stage. You're like your true, your true paranoid, anxiety-ridden self.
When I get hurt on stage, I get hurt.
You do get hurt, and you blow up.
I do.
I honestly, there's nothing I love seeing more when you're just bombing super bad on stage and you just blow up.
Me specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really good at it.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Been told by several people they enjoy watching me have horrendous sets. It's fun.
You ever slept with any other comic or any other comics?
Yes, I have.
Besides the one I already know about?
No, I have not.
Okay. Just curious.
What about you?
Nah.
Why not?
Not really.
Not really.
Because she's not really a comic.
Because she didn't sleep over. Because she's not a comic?
Not really.
Oh, yeah. She does. She's a mime, right? That's what you were telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mime.
So she's got to be like really good in bed. She's got her motions down pat.
Yeah. Yeah.
She could jerk you off from across the room.
Yeah.
Just looking at how fluid her motion is.
That's my new goal this year is I'm going to start talking to more girls. Like, I'm going to start asking girls out.
Really?
Yeah.
Just man up and just do it?
Just man up and just do it.
How many?
Make eye contact with a girl at a bar.
Come on, dude. Don't get silly. You're not going to make eye contact with a girl at a bar.
It happens.
That's crazy.
Dude, it happens. I'm telling you.
For a second or two, and then you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Fuck.
See, I got to get over
You're just going to look into the eye of the dragon?
I got to get over
Tiger?
the hump of, like, looking away. I always look away first.
Dude, my friend told me in Spain, he was like, you can tell a girl's checking you out if you're walking and you both make eye contact and you both look away. And he was like, what you have to do is look back again. And if she's looking back again, then she's checking you out. Because she faked you out and then came back for like a second. She's counting on you just when you're removing your eyes from her line of just not coming back and returning to that. But when you do, if you meet her glance, she really wants to have sex with you.
So make double eye contact is what you're saying.
Double eye contact twice.
That's what, right.
Yeah.
Right.
It has to be twice.
Well, it's obviously double.
Unless it's a prolonged once.
Or she's got one eye.
Bingo. That's good. Would you fuck a girl with an eye patch, but she didn't need it?
Why the fuck would she be wearing?
Because that's way worse than fucking a girl that needs an eye patch, right? It would be so much worse for her than being mutilated to just be lying to people, and you'd be like, you've just been lying?
I would fuck a girl if she had an eye patch and she needed to wear the eye patch.
Yeah.
I would not fuck a girl if she had an eye patch but did not need to wear the eye patch.
Yes.
It was like a fashion choice or some shit.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I would not do that, no.
Yeah.
But if she needed to wear
I would rather her just have an empty space where her eyeball should be than to just like lift it up and just be perfectly fine.
Yes.
Because if your family found that out.
If I lift that eye patch up and there's not a cloudy eyeball, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Or no eyeball whatsoever.
Personally, I'd prefer to have sex with a girl that had 2 functioning eyes, but whatever you're into, man.
This is not the hypothetical you put in front of me, sir.
I know.
Sir, you're trying to trick me. You have no covers on your outlets. You're gonna get electrical fire.
That's true. I'm hoping. There are some people that oh man, I lost my train of thought.
We were fucking girl with an eye patch.
Oh. There's some people that will like cut off their legs just to like have the pity of having a disability. Just because like they have nothing interesting about themselves, so they just cut off their legs below the knee. Boom, interesting.
Boom.
That's what they think is gonna happen.
I mean,
but in fact, it's just boom, immobilized, boring.
But then you have to come up with a cool story, or something of how you lost your leg. You can't just be like, yeah, I cut it off.
But they're probably that's their Kill Tony minute, dude. That's all they're working on. True. If you're getting your legs cut off, you're like, I better have a great alibi.
Yeah. Because
people eventually are gonna be like, eh.
You also can't be like so outrageous that like you can't be like, oh, I fought a bear. Everybody said that.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
or if you do, you have to like scratch yourself up a bit, Fight Club yourself.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is your approach, or what do you think is the socially correct thing to do if somebody is missing a limb, like a really noticeable limb, or like they have like a crazy bad scar, they're missing a nose or just something like that, or like an eye patch? Do you think that other people should be able to just be like, how did that happen? Or do you think that they should just respect that it is and wait until that naturally comes up?
I think it depends.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it depends on the scenario, like where you're at. Like if you're like just walking by somebody, I don't think it's really appropriate to just be like, oh, hey man, how'd that happen to you?
You know? Stop a guy mid-stride, just like going to the grocery store.
Yeah. But, you know, if you're like...
Do you mind if I ask?
Exactly. Yeah.
What the fuck happened to your face?
Dude, you are fucked up. I don't know if you realize that. Did you know you're in a wheelchair right now? Did you know that, dude?
Yeah. You're on like your hands are on your knees. Like, did you have any idea?
Right.
All right.
But if you're like, you know, in a group conversation or something, or you're at a bar and just having drinks, hey, man, what happened? I feel like that's more reasonable.
I honestly feel like
if
you did it in that scenario and he freaked out on you, I feel like the other people would take your side. I feel like they'd be like, "Come on, dude, we all kind of want to know what happened to your face."
Yeah.
Or, you know, so whatever.
So before the pandemic, it was like 2018.
Theoretically.
2019, was it?
Yeah.
Or no, was I doing comedy? Was I doing comedy? I think it was before the pandemic.
Okay.
Either way.
We're sponsored by Harry's. The soap.
Sorry.
Shaving products.
Sorry, I'm fucking trying to put the timepiece together, but the time doesn't really matter. My uncle, he got into a really bad skiing accident.
Word.
And I hadn't seen him for like 2 or 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So he's wearing a back brace, and he was like all fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw him, I was like, oh, what happened? And he's like, oh, I got into a skiing accident. And I was like, oh, really? Like, what was going on? He was like, I'd rather not talk about it. Just like right off the bat. And I was like, oh, okay. All right.
What? So that means do you think that means it's user error and it's embarrassing? Or do you think that means that like 7 children died in an avalanche and he tried to save
No,
them,
I think he just had a really bad accident and kind of scarred him a little bit.
Could he walk?
Barely.
I feel like you got to tell the people.
Well, he used to be he is a gym coach so he was always athletic. He was always doing shit, but now he can't.
If I fell,
so it's a little depressing.
If I fell like 150 feet and like barely walked ever again, I would tell people constantly.
Right?
Yeah.
But no. But people are just, you know, different psyches, right?
I guess so. It's unfortunate, but yeah.
Because in that situation, I wanted to be like, what happened to you?
Yeah, to ask again is nuts.
Well, when he said skiing accident, it's a little vague to me. Like, okay, yeah, it's a
just
skiing
specific
accident.
enough to leave you wanting more.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, did you? Yeah, what happened? Was it an avalanche? Did you fall off a fucking cliff? Like, did you run into a tree? What happened? And that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to talk about it. Just like stared at me, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
He should talk about it. No, actually, no. He's allowed to do whatever he wants, but
He really is, and it's not like I can't. But the entire time, the rest of the trip,
yeah, dude, that must have intensified
I'm
it
just like,
so much.
oh, I want to know what happened.
And that's the thing is, like, if you're gonna deny telling people it, you have to know that what comes with that is them now wanting to know even more, and now they're speculating.
Yeah.
And now they're like, worst case scenario, you might as well just beat them to the punch. You might as well do what Kirk Cousins did when he got benched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was getting to the point where he was like asking me like he was trying to talk to me, or like, how you doing, Harold? And be like, oh, I'm doing good. You know?
You can.
Well, I didn't crash into a tree or anything like, or anything or like that. But
yeah, a little nudge.
Yeah, he was not having it.
Just fucking with you, man. You actually said that?
No.
The just fucking with you, man. I was like, maybe, because you can get away with anything.
Dude, I could tell he was like
"Just fucking with you,
genuinely
man."
like sad, you know? Like when you see a person, you could tell they're genuinely going through it. Isn't that the worst? When you just want to make fun of them and you know you can't because they're just going to hate you.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, it's not appropriate right now.
Like you're just going to ruin that relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, every single time there's like a horrible thing that's happened, I just want to say just the most inappropriate thing to them, just to see what would happen, just because it would be so crazy. I want to give an example, but it returns to a theme which I talk about too much on this podcast, so I'm going to refrain from it.
All right, Harry. You want to hit my dad pen?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thanks, man. Yo, did you vote me best podcast in Chicago comedy? God damn it, man.
Did you vote yourself best podcast?
Yeah, of course I did.
Well,
I need that.
Well,
I told you this podcast is everything. I don't care how many bridges I burn.
I didn't do the initial voting. I just waited till like everything else came out, like the last round of vote.
And then you voted.
Yeah.
For me.
You weren't on there.
Post that clarity.
Was it on there?
It was the top one. Yeah.
The top one was bad comedy.
You might be confused because my comedy is bad, but
I think it rearranges every time you go in.
I work with a guy at Google, and that's not true.
I also lied to you. I did vote in the beginning.
Yeah, I knew it. As soon as you were like, well, the 2 rounds.
No, I didn't. Can I tell you why, though?
Yeah.
A little inside baseball.
Please.
Mac never texted me. He said, vote for me.
You fucking son of a bitch.
You got to be first.
If I had just texted you first, yeah, is that just a matter of who's there first?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, I think I'm going to lose then. Man, I really...
You should have texted people who said, hey, vote for me.
It's too late. The voting's closed.
Now it's too late, but that's what you should have done.
I might... This is like my Oscars. I might bring my girlfriend to this.
Did you go last year?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Were you voted for anything last year or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. Every year, Harold Patrick.
This is only the second.
Cleaning up at the Gazelli's.
This is the second annual.
We get it. Yeah, I know. You're like the Meryl Streep of open mic Chicago comedy, dude. You don't have to fucking dunk and put your ball sack in my face every time we talk about award ceremonies.
The one award ceremony in Chicago?
Yeah. Will you let me hold your Gazelle?
I'm pretty sure it's just a piece of paper.
That's more prestigious than anything. That's what a college gives you.
You should have went, though. It was fun. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Like the whole scene was there.
I'm definitely going this year. Just because it's cool. It's a community thing, and also I really want to win.
I hope you win.
And I have a speech planned.
Can I get a little taste?
First and foremost, I'd like to start by thanking men with specifically sock fetishes. And that's your preview.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have like punchlines in there, right?
It's sort of, I'm working on this kind of comedy that's sort of a punchline unto itself.
Hunter Hirsch got the best bit last year for the fireman joke.
He was nominated again.
For the same joke?
Uh-huh.
That shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, also Sam Biru was nominated Rookie of the Year again.
I saw that.
Which is hilarious.
Which is awesome.
Because he's, like, very well known.
And he's not,
He's clearly not a rookie.
Well, define rookie, but...
Rookie. First year.
First year? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no, he's definitely not.
It'd be funny if he lost the first year and won this year.
Yeah.
Like he won when he was a sophomore.
Yeah. I think the Gazellies are fun.
I think
it's just a good time to hang out.
I think that if I think Tom Brady thinks Super Bowls are fun when you're getting fucking award.
I was nominated for like 3 things last year, so.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I know.
No, that's not true.
There's a dartboard with your face in my room.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Who?
I bought a target at a shooting range that was a picture of Osama bin Laden, and I put your face over it.
Do you feel like you have a arch nemesis in this scene?
I know 2 that I do. Yes. Yeah. Georgia Gov and Tucker Millette.
I never heard of these people.
That's why it's so great.
Who are these people?
Well, Tucker Millette, they saw me bomb really hard at 8-bit.
Okay.
And then they called me racist. And Tucker Millette, on a show where they wanted to book me, was like, I don't like him. I don't want to book him. And they were like, overruled. We're going to do it.
Nice.
But I still heard about it.
Oh, true.
So I just get to be like, dude, you actually are such a bitch. And then Georgia Gov in the green room at Comedyplex, because Matt Calhoun, dude, I mean, that's my undercover spy. That dude's just sitting there like
observing.
Fucking like, what's the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy that Drax? If you sit still enough, they just don't even see you.
Yeah.
Matt Calhoun right next to Georgia Gov as she's like, she said, my name came up and she was just like, I don't like Harry Meredith's comedy. I don't find him funny. Just like clear contempt for me.
Nice.
And he's just like, record. Yeah.
He just hit record?
Mm-hmm.
That's
well,
hilarious.
no, just in his mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you pull out his phone and started recording.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
So how long ago was this?
This was a couple months. But the incident that they're mad at me happened like literally 2 years ago.
Why would you do?
I had a joke about Hinge and how it lets you sort by race.
Oh.
Which I'm going to revisit with fresh eyes.
You should. That would be awesome. They're not going to be there.
Like, thank you. That's shocking that they didn't get voted for the best producers.
Comedians? Damn, dude, my hair's falling out.
You know what a bad compliment would be after a set?
What?
Like, you're a really great producer, man.
Dude, you're so good at producing shows.
Yeah. Kevin Kellum had a pretty good roast on MTR when they roasted. He's like, Michael's what we in comedy refer to as a photographer. Isn't that funny?
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I miss Kevin. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks.
Shout out, Kevin.
Kevin Kellum.
Ever since the accident.
Yeah, I know.
What'd he do again?
He didn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't do nothing. I
Shut
don't know.
it down. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to do an improv exercise?
Okay.
Nah, it's a test. We're already doing improv, dude.
Was that a test?
Everything's a test.
Everything in life is a test.
Except for, no, that one's a test too.
Do you use a condom when you fuck your girlfriend, or do you just go in raw?
First of all, I don't fuck.
You make love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I make sweet, passionate love.
Do you make...
The only thing I've fucked is a couch.
Okay.
And even that, I fucking kissed it after.
Well, do you make love with a coat on or not?
If it's chilly.
Harry.
Oh. Shit. That was actually... No.
Nice.
I mean... Well,
we were like, should we? Should we?
No, sometimes I do.
What do you mean sometimes?
I'm an on again, off again.
I'm a jacket off, jacket on type of guy. It's a Karate Kid reference.
What?
That was a Karate Kid reference. Jacket off, jacket on.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but you remember in the Karate Kid with the Will Smith's kid with the
Will Smith's kid? Oh, God damn it.
Jaden Smith?
Yeah. Good pull.
We
still have the audio. We still have the audio.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wait.
Harry has a GoldenEye 007 on Wii, which is pretty crazy.
Dude, that is such a good Wii game.
I had it on Wii as well.
Me and my friends would play that at a sleepover, and we'd play on that outpost map in the snow, sniping each other, running up that ramp, hiding on top of the cabins, hiding under the cabins. Man.
I also had I think I had GoldenEye on the PS2 as well.
That's pretty dope.
Do you remember your first gaming console?
It was a Wii.
It was a Wii.
Can I tell you the story?
Sure.
Because it was a very, very big deal in my life.
Yeah.
My parents were like very big into you're not going to ever have a Nintendo DS or a Game Boy or they just called everything a Game Boy. Like even if it was a DS, they were like, "Oh, he's got a fucking Game Boy." They were like, "You're going to read books and be queer." And they really shoved that down our throat. And
Psych.
oh man. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Whew. Anyway, so we also like didn't get to play Call of Duty till 7th grade. They're like, "You're shooting people. Oh, it's violence." And I was like, you're talking to your friends while you're doing it. It's camaraderie. It's basically how people bond now.
Yeah.
And
if your parents only heard how your friends talk to each other at school.
Mm-hmm. Or God forbid in a Call of Duty lobby. I was never really like a lobby talker, but anyway.
No?
So one Christmas, there was one last present under the tree, and it said like for the family, and there were like all 3 kids opened it up at the same time. It was like 1, 2, 3, and we all started tearing off the wrapping paper. We
Nice.
literally held that shit up like I had just discovered fire as a caveman.
What game did it come with it?
Wii Sports, baby, and We Play.
Oh, that was it?
But I mastered those 2 games.
What was your sport?
Tennis.
Which
now I play so much Wii Golf. I play a ton of Wii Golf. But
Wii Golf was fun.
Wii Golf's incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
But I shot 10 under through 9.
You ever gotten a perfect game in Wii bowling?
No. I wasn't a fan of bowling.
Get on my
Aside
level.
from when you bowl backward and all of the Mii's jump up.
Oh, yeah. That was always
That's
fun.
my favorite part of bowling for sure.
Baseball was fun, too.
Baseball's fun. People don't ever want to play baseball.
On Wii Sports?
You notice that? Yeah. You hit a couple homers on them. Their guy just misses it like that, and it has like the swastika when they're thinking above their head. Yeah, people get all in a fit.
What were we talking about before the camera shut off?
We were talking about. I actually don't want to go back to that. What was after that? I mean, it was about wearing a jacket when it's chilly.
Was wearing a jacket. Oh, Jaden Smith.
Oh, Jaden Smith, yeah.
Jaden Smith.
Way to get back.
In Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
I did.
Remember he was like taking the jacket off.
And this is a hot take. I think it's compared to the first one. I think it's blacker. All right.
I would hope so.
That's harmless, right?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
all
was
right,
harmless.
but anyway, you were saying
it's blacker.
Just objectively true.
Oh man.
Which is why I thought it was very good.
So I just figured out I have black squirrels in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Been locking the doors recently.
That's wise. Those guys are nuts.
Yeah. Dude, my. So yeah, Jaden Smith.
Yeah. We
We
can't start another branch.
Jacket on, jacket off.
Mm-hmm.
With jacket on, jacket off type of guy.
Oh yeah, the jacket on, jacket off.
Yeah.
It
That's
sounds
what
like
we're
you're saying
talking
jack off.
It does.
Jack it off. You are saying
Jack it
jack
off.
Yeah.
Jacket off.
Oh, that's
jacket
why
on, jacket off.
That's how we got to it.
I don't jack off. I jack on.
I jerk off.
I jerk on.
Never jerked on. Actually, I have jerked on.
Really?
By accident, yeah. My shoes one time. I was standing in the middle of my room. Boom.
And you were on it?
Power stance. I was naked but with my sneakers on.
What's the okay, I'm not gonna answer that question.
It's not a question, it's a statement.
No, I was gonna ask you something.
No, come on.
I don't even feel good at asking it.
Dude, it's not about feeling good, it's about journalistic integrity.
All right. For journalistic integrity, what is the worst position to jerk off in?
Probably
Standing up, sitting down, or laying down?
wait, The only out of those options.
Well, I'm sure there's if you can think of more options.
I mean, bouncing on your head.
Probably.
Like hanging, like having your hanging
but
from like a rope tied around your ankle upside down.
Practical.
I mean, I guess like the most when you're like lighting candles, you're lying down, but I'm a big fan of power stance.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I can really mentally lock in with power stance.
Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, the majority of my time is sitting down, so I'm really just a contradiction of jerking off. What about you?
Eventually, your girl is gonna catch you jerking off, and then you're gonna have to cross that bridge.
No, because I can do it without hands. I came without hands once. Swear to God, most intense orgasm I've ever had. Took like 3 hours to get there. Just laying in my bed through the grace of God and sheer will.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. They say like if you edge, you can like get your stamina up, like you won't come as fast.
That's not true at all.
I agree. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like your time is your time. You can't change it.
You can change it.
No. I don't.
No,
believe
dude,
you.
I have to come immediately.
You're just gonna like either. If you had to time it, there's gonna be an average, and that's you're not gonna ever get above that average. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. I mean, I guess I do.
Like sometimes I come like instantly, and sometimes it takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, ain't that life? No,
But if it could always just take forever.
Yeah.
When especially when I'm with a girl, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I have to go.
I don't know. I think this would kind of be like the Midas touch, where eventually you realize it's a curse. And then you start choking. You can't eat. There was a guy at my there was a guy that I know who I'm not gonna specify where I met him, but there's a guy and he was just like he was like complaining to me, and he was like, yeah, man, he's like, I've always been good at like lasting a long time in bed, but with my girlfriend I just come immediately. I'm like, how fast? He's like, dude, so fast, like literally like under 4 minutes every time. And I was like, damn. And he was like, yeah. And she suggested, like, I was like, do you have any idea why? And he was like, well, she suggested maybe I should like just stop, just go in rapid fire every single time. Dude, he said this with a straight face. He was like, he was like, she suggested that I should stop just going like furiously, like just
complete jackrabbit.
Exactly, just as fast as he humanly can. And then he was like, but I don't think that's it. It's so funny. She's like, maybe just don't, fuck the living shit out of me like an Energizer bunny.
Make me bleed.
Yeah.
Every time.
And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure speed is the number one thing.
Key. Speed is key. You never got to.
Yeah. I don't know why I just did that.
You never get to where you're going in a good time if you don't go fast. I got here in 20 minutes. The map said 30.
Really? I like to take my time. I think that's more gangster.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. Didn't you say... Wait. You got here in 20, but the map said 30.
Mm-hmm.
So you drove fast.
Yes.
So you weren't relaxed.
But everybody else was going slow.
You're right. Yeah.
So I had time to savor the moment. I was going so fast, it was like actually.
Do you zigzag?
Breaking time.
Do you just like, are you a reckless driver? Are you a piece of shit on the road, dude? You're rude to people. You know what? I could see you doing. You know what I could see you doing?
I don't cut anybody
I could see you
off.
being. I would use this in a roast joke against you if we were roasting.
Huh?
But Harold looks like. I'm doing a roast at you. No, I could see you being like a kid that would get in trouble for dropping a cinder block off an overpass and killing a guy with a family.
Yo, that kid was like fucking crazy.
I could definitely
see that.
That's
terrible.
Being you. Yeah.
I would.
Dude, you're never gonna see him again. Sure, it's rude, but
to be fair, nobody's ever gonna see him again.
Word, unless you believe in an afterlife. In which case, that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. And if there's no, then you're
going to see him forever.
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
why murder suicides never made sense to me.
Practically a victimless crime.
No.
No, it's a Jesselnick joke.
Oh.
But what doesn't make sense?
Because you're just gonna see him again in a couple seconds.
I mean, if you're killing them,
And
you're
gonna be
probably
"Hey,
going
bro,
to hell. They're probably going to heaven, right? If we're like using that.
If you're using that, sure.
I mean,
So I feel like when you die, you just enter a mall.
oh God.
Yeah, like Oak Brook Mall or some shit.
That's a nice one.
And everybody, yeah, that's a nice mall.
So it's outdoors?
Yeah, like an outdoor mall or some shit.
There was a shooting there.
Yeah.
That's just the hell version. It's just the same exact thing, but there's a gunman.
The hell version is the hip mall.
The what?
The hip mall.
Hip mall?
You ever been to the hip?
No. I worked at the Schaumburg Mall though.
Oh, okay.
Chicago Improv.
There's a Chicago Improv in there. It's a nice mall.
Yeah, every single comic joked about it being in a mall.
I bet. Well, it's in a mall. What do you expect? Are you gonna get up on stage and not joke about it?
I expect people to respect the establishment that they're in. That's what I expect.
Club. Nobody jokes that Zany's Rosemont's in a mall. That's a mall.
I think some people do. God knows I did. No, I didn't. I wouldn't have the balls to do that.
I've never seen anybody joke about that.
I'm kind of like hanging out there every day, every night.
At Zany's Rosemont?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you seem like you own... Do you have a sweater with like the Zany's Rosemont rose?
I have a sweater with a rose on it.
Every time I see that, I think of Zany's Rosemont.
Yeah. So does everybody else.
Yeah. Do they tell you that?
Yeah. And then non-comics will be like, "Oh, is that from Rosemont?"
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And comics will be like...
But you know what's crazy? Usama?
Yeah.
He has the same sweater.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we were like wearing it the same day one time. And we were like... So guess who's open up for Adam Ray soon?
No way.
No, I'm just joking.
Ah.
Wouldn't that be sick, though?
Is that who you'd want to open for?
I wouldn't say no.
I would.
Really?
No, obviously not. No.
No, come on.
I'd literally open for Hinchcliffe.
Would you open for...
I mean, obviously I'd open for Hinchcliffe.
Would you open for Tig Navarro?
Tig Notaro? Yes, we have very
Tig
similar
Notaro,
builds.
Navarro,
I think
whatever.
her crowd would be possibly tricked into thinking that I am a lesbian.
Would you open for Hannah Gatsby?
It would be a fucking honor. Seriously. That would be amazing. Dude, having that as a credit would mean that I would get booked on shit that I should not get booked on.
Yeah.
And it would be so funny.
Yeah, what's her face will finally book you now at Comedyplex.
Yeah, finally.
Would you open for...
Kind of bad boy comedy right now.
What was that Southern comic?
Man or
Southern
woman?
Mama?
Southern Mama?
Yeah.
I already opened for her. No, I hosted. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea who Southern Mama is.
I think that's his name.
Oh, it's a man?
Yeah.
A man named Mama?
I think so. He got yelled at.
For being named Mama? Mama?
No, he got yelled at by Red Fox.
Oh.
For bombing on stage, and then he blamed the audience, and he got off stage, and then Red Fox yelled at him because he literally just bombed. He just did terrible.
Whoa, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Respect to Red Fox.
Yeah.
So he just came out and he was like, that guy sucks? Or was he just like, he's my friend, he sucks?
Who, Red Fox?
Yeah. Like, did he acknowledge a
Was it-
kinship with him? Or did he just come out and he was like, that guy stinks?
Not Red Fox.
God damn it.
Chris Red.
So different. But
Different comic.
got it. All right. Now it looks like Franklin the Turtle.
Another scenario where a white guy making up black size is alright. But yeah, Southern Mama.
I would love to.
Is there a comic you wouldn't open up for, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay.
I would open, I'll say this. There's a comic in our scene who I would refuse to open for, but I would consider hosting for her fupa.
Who are you talking to? Oh. I forgot you said her name in the beginning.
I have to cut that, right?
Just the name.
Do you think it's fine? It still feels... My dad died from being fat. So I have a pass, right? A fat pass? Fupa pass?
Yeah.
Fupa is just fat.
I say you get a pass. You're just not gonna say. That was my third time I sneezed. Hadn't said bless you once.
Yeah, it's an extremely annoying thing to do. You come to my apartment, you just sneeze.
I sneezed in my shirt.
It's unbelievable.
I can't help. I gotta sneeze again. Shit.
I was actually thinking about the ramifications of me not bleeping that, but I will.
The ramifications are 0.
You are also correct. Did I tell you about? Oh, God damn it! This once again is the theme that I need to stop. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Well, come on.
It was just that I was gonna do something where I make a Patreon for comedy, and I just make a 25 grand tier, and it's just me saying the N-word.
You know what you should do is you should go back to wearing GoPros.
Which I would not do.
You would do it. You should go back to wearing a GoPro.
25 grand
during your open mics
is like 2 years rent. GoPro?
Yeah.
I should start doing that again. Yeah. That was a very iconic day. Valerie Thomas told me Valerie Nicolette. Whoa, I just said a college girl.
Who's Valerie Thomas?
There are some roads I think that shouldn't be traveled.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry. Who's Valerie Nicolette? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. She told me like the first time she ever took me seriously as a comic was when I wore the GoPro, because she was like, "This kid really is in it."
That's funny.
My mom. That was the first comedy I ever published, and so like, my mom watched that and she just was like, "Yeah, I mean, it was just like you were just like bombing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, it was on purpose.
You
it
should
was
keep
fun." She
posting
was like,
videos
"No, it was
like
just you
that.
bombing." Should I?
Yeah.
Do you think I'd get on Kill Tony and get to run my minute?
If you go on Kill Tony with a GoPro on your head, you will get flamed very hard.
Unless I murder.
Well, no, but you should like wear a GoPro and like go to like open mics and
Just never take it off?
film your set. You don't have to do it at every open mic.
What if for a week I did it at every single open mic?
And they did like a compilation of everything.
Wouldn't people be so furious if I actually did this?
I think they would, by the third day, they would be like, all right, when's he going to take this shit off?
I think by like the 30th minute. If you're just like literally not taking a GoPro off, it looks ridiculous on your head. Yeah, like I'm talking like I'm like watching people. I'm sitting in the front of like an empty open mic. They're bombing and they just see the red blinking on my GoPro, watching them eat shit.
Well, the problem is now I know you're recording everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I want to punch you in the face.
Exactly.
And get that off your head.
But then it's a catch-22 because you're giving me such juicy footage. Then now people are gonna click, and you know it's all about clicks in this game. That's all that matters. And then once I get the clicks, you know, I get to do Easy Bar Show. I don't know. Something big. I don't know.
Does it ever piss you off when you're like at an open mic and you see like someone like a non-comic just take out their phone and start recording?
Yeah, it does. I've told people to stop doing that multiple times.
Have you walked up to people and like, hey, stop?
No, when I'm on stage, I always just go, stop fucking filming me. What the fuck are you doing? Put that down. Yeah. And they're always like, oh, it's like, how did you not fucking know? If my stuff gets out there, dude, because my Netflix, it's like 4 or 5 months away. If my stuff gets out there, it's not going to hit the same. But also, yeah, you just shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do that.
If you do it and you're pretending to take a selfie, that's okay.
How do you mean? Wait, what?
If they're sitting watching me do stand-up and they turn and pretend they're taking a selfie in the front row.
Oh, I see.
Then I'll be like, that's funny.
I got you. Or when like they do a boomerang and they like send it to
Boomerang me all you want.
Boomerang all
Although I will say, Femi, Baba Femi Akundayo.
Ekundayo.
Ekundayo?
Ekundayo.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Femi. Femi listens to this pod.
I know he does.
Because he's a beast. Femi's my biggest fan. And I love you, Femi.
Femi? Fuck you, dude.
Whoa, dude, he's cackling right now. He's fucking dying laughing. He's got his hyena laugh right now. That's so funny.
Yeah, I want to
Roe
record.
v. Wade. Roe v. Wade.
Dude, I love Femi's mic so much.
We need to film
dude.
that. If we just, I was thinking while I was at Femi's
That-
mic, if we just had a camera in the corner and we just filmed this wide angle
The
and
fact
put
that
it out every week, people would be like, I can't believe this is real.
The fact
This
that
is
it's
insane.
even in public is
I know.
insane. It
Yeah.
should be at
I was
his
thinking
apartment.
Femi does comedy like you're playing Mortal Kombat and every button is the most racist thing you could ever play, and he's just like fucking hitting every button at once. And dude, I love it. It's so amazing.
That's so funny, man. That is so funny. If you ever roast Femi, dude, you have to use that.
All right, I will.
You have to use
I already
that.
roasted Femi.
You have to be
They
like,
posted my horrible clip, but
oh yeah, you and Femi did roast. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote a book.
He wrote a book on the Israel-Palestine conflict.
I know. With sources. Dude, I read his author's note.
Apparently, it's like good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is another baffling. I don't know.
To even have a book, but then to have it be nonfiction and then to have it be on a current event
I think
is
if I
absolutely insane, Femi.
I think if I read Femi's book,
And then to compare it to what he's saying at open mics as the host, he's holding white women hostage.
yeah,
He is. He
literally-
finds a white woman, he lasers in on her, and it's amazing.
I think if I read Femi's book before, like without meeting Femi, and like I agreed with everything and shit, and then I met Femi, I would look at the book like everything was bullshit again.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But in the other direction, it doesn't work.
You're right. Yeah.
Because when I see Femi and then I find out he has a book, I'm like, this has to be the best shit ever. Sure, he just made us do an anti-Semitic chant in a bar, but
Fuck the Jews.
I mean, if anybody's gonna know a lot about that group, it's a guy who's researched it really well.
That is true.
And I can say that because I'm 5% Jewish.
And Femi's from China, so
Yeah, he's from China.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, actually, I thought he was from North Korea. Femi would be a crazy dictator.
I think Femi is a cult leader.
Yeah,
like I think he has a cult.
I think we're in the cult, dude. Nah. We sign a list every week.
We put our name on a list every week.
I've never turned
it's
it
just a
over.
list.
Knowing Femi, he's crafty. You could turn that list over and it'd be a whole terms and conditions, you signing your soul away to him. You're
I
just
didn't check no
getting
box.
in line. You don't have to. You put in their signature, dude.
True.
Femi can find legal loopholes. He fired a pregnant lady at Amazon.
He fired a pregnant lady at Amazon?
Dude, he told us that at Output one time, and it killed so hard. He was like doing his evil laugh, and then he was like, "I fired a pregnant lady at Amazon," and dude, it was amazing. Someone said they hated Amazon, and that's how we got into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, some of the times I can't tell if Femi like actually wrote that or if he's riffing.
that's what's. I like when it's blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does comment some wild stuff.
On the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, we should probably stop talking about that. Anyway, so there are like 5 minutes left because it's getting
Oh yeah,
so
true.
bad for my roommate.
True, yeah.
Definitely
He's like locked in his
resents-
room. He probably wants to come out and take a piss.
Definitely resents you
yeah.
and not me at all.
Hates you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We should wrap it up.
5 minutes. I mean, this is the part of my podcast where I really feel like you should slow it down and get serious and tell people like a word of inspiration, something that gets you through the day, 'cause it's hard out there.
Usually when I'm like down and which is lately. Usually like around the holidays and New Year's.
More down,
Get a little down, you know?
kind of mirror the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Or I guess that'd be parallel.
I feel like shit's not going good, Everybody hates me. You like
Yeah.
go through all that list in your head. And then I just kind of tell myself to just suck it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
What-
then I go make myself a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
No matter what time.
That's what I eat in the morning. I'll make myself a sandwich.
You must shit. I mean, your farts must be crazy, right?
Yeah, they are. I have a sandwich and a Monster. So it's real greasy and real high energy and yeah. But that has nothing to do with the anxiety.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, none whatsoever. So yeah, suck it the fuck up, Buttercup. Shit's life. You know what I heard? I heard somebody say
Shit's
this.
life.
Shit's life.
That's the title of this episode.
Shit's life.
Shit's life.
Life's shit. I heard some British lady say this, and if it honestly would have been so much better if she wasn't British, but it made sense. She was like, being offended is just a thing. Fuck, and now I can't remember it. What's that called when you're like at work?
Mandela effect?
What's that called when you're at work and you're like, it's like just comes with the job?
Homophobia?
No, like it comes with the job.
Severance.
No, but it's like a
Lunch.
hazard, you know?
It comes with the territory?
Yeah, kinda.
NSFW.
NSFW.
Not safe for work. Hazard. Do you think we're gonna get this?
I don't think so. You're like, fuck. Can't remember the fucking word.
I'll edit it. I'll edit it to make it look like you just got it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to have dead air. Very snappy with my editing.
Don't be snappy with that. Yeah. I'm full of dead air, so.
Yeah, from all those bacon, egg, and cheeses. Come on, man.
Dude, and I have a shit clockwork every morning. It's an hour after I wake up.
Can I tell you about, just this morning, I was cuddling in bed with my girlfriend.
Nice.
And I think it's because I was on my right side, but I kept feeling the need to just rip the gnarliest farts. But then I would try to fart, and it would just get absorbed into me. And it would just, like, inflate me more. And then it just kept happening and happening. And it got to the point where I was, like, kind of, like, she was, like, on my arm, but I was, like, trying to, like, subtly, like, lift my butt to just let it go. And literally, like, I got up and waddled out of the room. I like kissed her on the forehead. I was like, I gotta go to work. And then, dude, I went to the bathroom and just had the most earth-shattering fart.
Dude, I hate the beginning stages of a relationship where you can't do that yet. You know.
I was trying to fart. I had to be standing up. I peed so hard the dam broke.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I already farted in front of her.
Oh, the moment you can give her a Dutch oven is when you know.
I don't know, because it's a twin bed, so it's like I'm running a risk of Dutch. That's a murder-suicide.
True. True. You could get yourself.
Although you can kind of deal with your own scent.
Oh, I remember the quote. Being offended is an occupational hazard through society.
That's good.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you can give your girl a Dutch oven, just shove it over her fucking head.
Sure.
Just let her rip.
Fuck yeah.
I like the smell of my own farts, honestly, so I don't think it would hurt. Yeah.
You can be okay with it. I don't think you like it.
I guess I'm okay with it.
Like you smell it and you're like if you could have a scented candle, you would do that?
I will have farts sometimes and I'm like, that was a good one.
Damn. When I worked for Jimmy John's, dude, all I ate was Jimmy John's, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and Jimmy John's.
Yeah. I've been there.
I would get out of the car, or even just I was a delivery driver. I would fart in the car, and it would just be so horrible that I have to pull over and open my door and waft the farts after eating Jimmy John's 3 meals.
See, I was on a bike, so on a pet,
That's perfect.
Every pedal would be.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes in school, do you remember running to the bathroom in the hallway and every literally
step.
like for like
Literally every
you'd string like 7 farts together, all at slightly different volumes.
That was always the funniest but the scariest moment of your life because you're about to shit your pants.
Yeah.
Like it's coming.
But it's all the acoustics are so good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where are you going to be this week? Plug your dates. This is coming out on Monday.
Oh, okay. Let me get my phone.
A lot of people listen to this a lot.
I'll just do this one. February 8th, I'll be on the south side on 103rd Street.
Heard it here first.
That's where I'll be.
All right.
Laughs and Drafts. That's the name of the show.
Dude,
I forgot
we
it.
can't name the episode "Shit's Life" because of the algorithm. Shit's a bad word.
True. Adios. You can